T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy.
Yeah.
You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
Hello, lovely people, and welcome to the first Monday night live show of 2020-22. I said a lot of 20s there, innit? Hope
it almost
you're
didn't
well.
sound right as well. Do you know what it sounded like? It sounded like you said, you know, like 2022. So, like, you know,
Yeah.
like you got 20.
2022s.
Is it to say it's part 2 of 2020?
Yeah.
I
You
thought
know
it was
them ones,
Blade Runner there, man. Yeah.
No. It's 2022. Welcome to the show, people. As always, please do smash the like button on entry. Make sure you all have a say in the comments below and in the live chat, but also remain respectful to one another as well. We're all one community here, and whether we agree or disagree, we can all do that amicably. You know we can. We've done it many a time, so let's continue to do it, people. Right, got a lot of stuff to talk about. However, I just want to spend 1 minute just saying, Man United. Hey, beating Wolves ain't for everyone.
Hello.
Beating Wolves
I
ain't for
celebrated
everyone.
that Coutinho goal like I was Wolves, like I was Wolves.
I didn't even see the goal. What was the goal saying?
Hell of a goal.
Volley from the edge of the box.
Similar to Henderson's goal against AC Milan, I'd say.
That's how. Listen.
Although he took a touch first, that was the only thing.
Yeah.
But you know what? Fair play to Wolves, because to be fair, since they got rid of their manager, who did they did, because they didn't start off with this guy, did they?
No, they did.
Yeah.
Did they?
Shout
they
to a
stuck
Wolves
with
fan
him.
here.
You know, they
Oh,
normally
that's
get rid of their manager. They stuck with this guy through the bad times, and he's kind of got them playing much better.
Boy, for some reason I thought they changed it. You know what it is? I keep thinking they sacked Nuno.
That was Tottenham.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought of Nuno, because every time I think, I automatically think Nuno, because I think, the Portuguese
he brought them
contingent.
in, innit?
brought
Got a shout out to
Bagman
Mad
in.
Fibers. He's a Wolves fan. Congratulations today. Enjoy that victory. Man United are well and
Indeed,
truly.
If
Well,
I'm
can't
not
even-
mistaken, Man United didn't get a corner till the 92nd minute.
Can't even blame this one on Ollie either.
Ollie's not there anymore, bro.
He ain't there.
It was never Ollie's fault. It was CR7.
No,
But no one wants to see
No.
the real...
I think that there was a lot of
No,
Ollie tax up in
Ollie,
there. But
Ollie was.
Yeah,
Ollie
but there was
doing
progression. They finished second. They got to a cup final. Ronaldo joins. Champions League Varane joins. And all of a sudden it goes to shit. I'm just saying. You bring those Real Madrid egos in, it starts to mess with the changing room.
I
know
get what
I'm
you're saying, because if you look from the outside, it does look like was he the main issue, or was it a case of as well?
Yes, he was.
Do they-
Come on, guys. Come
No.
on. guys.
I
Let's
think
not-
he's still.
Second and
No,
a
I
cup
still
final.
think he is.
I don't necessarily think he was doing that bad.
Guys.
man.
No. He was
Guys,
the
come on, man.
He was. We
No,
wanted him
second
to
and a
stay,
cup
fam.
final, guys. Like he wasn't
Yes,
doing that.
and what happened in that cup final?
Yeah, they got smoked, but that's not
All
the
right,
point.
then.
There you go. We wanted him to stay as well forever.
Yeah, there's a reason we wanted him to stay.
What man
Bruv,
He
if-
got smoked by Europa League royalty, though. Let's be
Alright,
real.
Drift, if I was to ask you right now, you guys can have Pep stay for the next 10 years or Pep goes in the next 2 years. What are you choosing? All right.
Hold on. Pep and Oli, why are we talking
No,
about
but I'm getting to my point. Go on, answer the
okay,
question.
yeah.
We want him to go.
All
We
right,
want him
cool.
to go.
Conte, do you want him at Spurs for the next 10 years potentially?
No.
Oh,
Well,
no.
actually, 10 years. I think it might pop down by then. Yeah.
No, but the premise is he's
Oh,
good
no,
enough
you
to
try-
do something.
He could do
Would
something.
Would we want Ollie at United for the next 10 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's
All
unanimous. Yes, it is.
All right, that's my point. That's my point. The guy is terrible. But yes, their players don't help either. But yes, we enjoy it while it's happening. We like to see United burning down.
I want Guardiola to come over with a serious case of homesick. Like, you know, that type of homesick that just makes your belly ache. That is like, yeah, I gotta go. You know, I just miss Spain. I've got to go. Like, just piss off.
That ain't happening. Not with the money he's getting.
But then
he could probably the money he's getting. He could probably recreate Spain in his little house, bro. Like he could just buy a couple acres and recreate Spain if he wants to. Different levels, man.
Man's got the infinity going it.
Indeed. Right, guys. So I'm just going to give you a little rundown of some of the topics we're going to be talking about. We're going to be speaking about the midfield, which is obviously the main talking point at the moment. Going to be speaking about Dennis Zakaria being linked to Liverpool once again. Going to be speaking about reality and expectations, a little thing I wanted to throw into the conversation, see where you guys' heads are at with it. Elliott being close to return to first team training. Some transfer rumors, and then rounding off with an FPL update. So with that being said, let us get into the first topic. Midfield. It's been probably the biggest talking topic, especially since Gini Wijnaldum left in the summer. Even before he left, many people were saying we needed another midfielder. With him leaving, many people said we needed to get two midfielders, one to replace Gini and one to bolster the squad. In the summer, we got neither. However, we are left with, in theory, more quantity of midfielders than most other teams. However, when you actually break it down and you look at their injury records, their consistency, etc., you'll see that we are lacking a little bit. However, some are saying we maybe just need one. Others are saying we need a massive rebuild. There is currently a poll running in the background at the moment, which has asked the question, does the midfield need a rebuild? And as things stand, there are three options. Yes, more than three signings needed. No, we have enough. And three, just to tweak, one or two needed. At the moment, the answer that is getting the most traction is yes. Many people, or 57%, should I say, believe that we need three or more signings in midfield. 41% believe we just need to tweak one or two, whereas only 3% believe no, we have enough. Now, firstly, Matt and Drift, where do you guys sit on that? Do we need more than one or two, or do we have enough in your opinion?
We need more than one or two, you know. I'm kind of glad it's one of the topics because it's been on my mind since the Chelsea game.
So you think we need three then?
I think we might do, you know, and I'll tell you my reasons why. I'll go into it now.
In fact, I'll come back to that.
Yeah. Cool. We need at least two or three, in my opinion.
What about yourself, Drift? Where do you sit?
I'm gonna be honest with you, look. I'm struggling with the kind of loyalty to players who don't deserve to be kicked out, but I'm kind of looking at the situation now and I'm starting to feel a little bit annoyed. So therefore, I kind of want players who are elite, and it's a real personal struggle I'm going with because Jones is one of them. And I think Jones is a future Liverpool.
Hold on. You're going too far, Drift. You're going too far. Just give me, how many do you think we need first?
Oh, 4.
You think we need 4? Raw. Okay, cool. That's thrown me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I'm in the 1 or 2 camp. In fact, I'm in the 2 camp. I think we need
2 or 3.
All right. So that being said, this is where your next statement is going to come into play, Drift. I'm going to read out a couple of super chats. For whatever reason, they're not coming through on the system we use. So Rapstar says, yes, definitely we need to revamp in the midfield. The tweak in midfield doesn't suit Hendo. It frustrates me seeing Klopp keep pushing him forward. Hendo was playing in false 9 at moments yesterday. Yeah, very true. Beretta 93. Oof. We are heading towards Klopp's last season at Dortmund, in my opinion. Klopp's favourites, no investment and no rotation is killing us, not just the midfield, the whole team. Rapstar again says the average age of the squad is 28. We should start the rebuild in phases, starting in the summer. Ideally, I would like 2 wingers, 2 different types of midfielders. All right. So, if I go through the list of midfielders, I just need a 1-word answer.
Yeah.
Do they stay at Liverpool beyond this summer, or do they leave? Yes or no? So, Jordan Henderson, stays or goes?
Stays.
Cool. James Milner, stays or goes?
Coaching.
As a player,
go. As a player, go.
All right. This is gonna sound weird, but I want him to be like so far down as a choice that he barely plays. But if we needed him, like a player coach or something, like if there was some emergency, we could call on him. I don't even know if a player coach is a thing, but do you get what I mean? Like he's like 8th choice midfielder, and it's like if there was ever an emergency, it'll be like we could bring him in for 1 or 2 games to fill the emergency or whatever.
That means we'd have to renew his contract, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so give him like a coaching contract, like some kind of player coach contract or something. Because I don't think the club. I think his like knowledge and his influence is invaluable, and I definitely think he should still be around the club.
All right, fair enough. Fabinho, stay or go?
Stay.
All right, Harvey Elliott, stay or go?
Oh, stay.
Thiago, stay or go?
Leaning towards loan for Elliott, but stay if you're just talking about whether he should be a Liverpool player or not.
Sorry. Who was the next one you said?
Thiago.
Oh, stay.
All right, I'm going to come back to Thiago.
Yeah.
Curtis Jones, stay or go?
Stay.
Loan, yeah.
I think stay.
Who else? Ox, stay or go?
Go.
Keita, stay or go?
Go.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
If I take it, I can't even take it back either. If I say,
do you want me to say it for you, Matt? So you don't have to.
No. It's cool. It's one of them things you have to come to terms with in life when it's just, sometimes you have to let go, innit? I think he has to go still. I think he might have to go. You might have to go. And there's a reason why I said 2 or 3, because the 2 or 3 that I think realistically...
Hold on. Going too far. Don't go too far there.
This hurts, man. I can't even lie.
I know. But look, all right. No. But the reason
but I said I can't do sentiment. We can't do sentiments anymore.
Right. So the reason I did this is because we are... And look, I throw myself into this before I throw anyone else into this. Been very quick to criticize Klopp, innit?
Yeah.
We don't even know these guys on a personal level. We only see what we see on.
I'm changing my mind. He's staying. I can't do it. He's staying. I don't care if people can come up in the comments. I don't care. But I'll go down in my burning ship. But I still think 2 or 3. But there's other people. Can I be honest with you? This is where the fan base are really going to come at me. I just want to quickly say this. Jordan Henderson, as much as I think he's a great captain, I don't think he should be an automatic starter anymore.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that.
Okay.
But the reason I asked you both this question is
this is tough.
And the reason I asked is, again, I throw myself at the top of this pile. We are the first to criticize and say Klopp's this, Klopp's that. And especially me recently, I've really been drumming it, saying, Klopp needs to do this, Klopp needs to do that. Look how hard it was for us to come to these decisions about players who, let's be honest, we don't know as individuals, we don't spend time with. All we do is get to see them when they play for Liverpool or in a couple of training videos on Twitter or inside Anfield or inside training. We don't even know them on a personal level and how difficult it is for us. So, yes, that is Klopp's job, but at the same time, I do feel for him a little bit as well, because
The players let him down. You feel because he
No,
trusts them still? Or
not
is
even
what
that. I'm saying I feel sorry for him because he is probably one of the most likable managers, which again doesn't just happen by coincidence. He must be a good guy for that to be happen, to happen, and that's universal. That's not just at Liverpool.
All right,
Dortmund, they
Kate
love
goes.
him.
Kate goes.
Mines.
Kate goes. Fair man again. Kate goes. You go.
But it also shows we need to be ruthless. So whether that means
He's
Klopp
gotta
needs
go.
to change his mentality or someone needs to step in and say, well, you know what, Klopp, I'm going to do this for you so that you don't have to. Something's got to change. There's got to be a change in the ethos if we want to be the best and stay at the top. So we've all unanimously agreed pretty much that Kate has got to go, Ox has got to go, Milner's got to go from the from the actual core squad. Milner's got to go. So that's 3, right?
Yeah.
That leaves us.
Jones should go on loan.
And you think Jones should go on loan? All right, so
think
the reason I didn't put Jones in there is because universally, like me and Matt, think that Jones should stay.
Yeah, fair enough. He's 20. I think he's got to play every week now.
See, I disagree, but we'll cover that later.
I feel like he could do a Foden thing, but we'll get on. Like bread him in kind of thing.
So when you look at it now, Hendo's there, Thiago's there, Fabinho, Jones, and Elliott.
Thiago? Do you say Thiago?
Yeah. So Thiago, Hendo, Fabinho, Jones, and Elliott.
Yeah.
Those are the 5 we are all saying they stay, right?
Yeah.
And that's under the premise that we are calling Elliott a midfielder because effectively he's technically a forward, but it's like Klopp's doing a transition thing, so he's not even really a midfielder, really.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think
he's in our system, he's a midfielder.
Yeah, I know what you mean. He's like, do you know what it is? Klopp is almost trying to make him to the kind of new Shaqiri, so to speak, where he's adaptable to play 2 roles. So if we needed in an emergency a wide man, he could play that role, but obviously he won't play it the way we need to, but he'll be able to do a decent enough job. But I still think, as you said, the midfield 3/10, that will be his role. Like, because you see, the start of the season, he was playing like the most advanced out of the 3 midfield, didn't it? He was playing like in between like an 8 and a 10. That was his role on that right-hand side, just roaming, doing his thing. So I guess for argument's sake, we'll just put him in as I know what you mean, as a midfield, but I think he covers 2 at the moment.
So with that being said, that leaves us with 5, 2 of which are very inexperienced, young, up-and-coming midfielders. 3 are very much established, but you'd maybe say there are starters. Now,
2 of which are injury prone.
Oh yeah.
Dare I say all 3 are injury prone?
They are.
I think Coutinho gets injuries. I wouldn't call him injury prone. I say he gets injuries. Whereas I say Hendo and Thiago are kind of coming into that injury prone.
Thiago definitely is. I can't even front.
That's a fair point, Jeff. That's fair enough. But all right. So if we've got those 5 to work from, Drift and myself have said that we'd like to see Bobby played in midfield. Drift, is that something you'd still want to see happen?
If I can't get all 4 of the midfielders that I want, then
It's impossible we're going to get 4 in one window.
If it's 4 out, you should be able to get 4 in.
Yeah, we don't work like that. There's no.
I know, but I'm talking about idealistically, though.
Yeah, but we're not going to get 4.
Yeah, I think Bobby would be an amazing 8.
All right, so
I don't even think I want him in a 10. I actually think I want him in an 8.
So that would be 6
I'm
then.
not. Okay, you look when like okay.
Only because of the voting system here, Matt. So
Of course. Of course.
Do you think we've got into this mindset that we need 8 because of what we actually have, or do we actually need 8 central midfielders? Because let's be honest, Man City, everyone speaks about how massive their squad is, but if you look at their bench the last few games, there've been a lot of youth on the bench, and they've been playing with the same core. But their cores were a lot more robust than ours. Are we falling into...
the other day, I think they had, was it Sterling, Mahrez, and Grealish all on the bench, bro?
No. Every team has at least 3 players. Obviously, Man City have still got a bigger core than us in terms of quality and depth. But I think the narrative that they've got 2 11s, I don't necessarily think is there, but they just use their players better than we do. I think Pep rotates better, and I think they have more robust players. the reason I ask is going into this season, we said we need 5 centre backs. Have to have 5 centre backs because of what we went through last season. Are we falling into the trap of maybe we are asking for too many players because we are fearful that we may lose 1 or 2 rather than actually just trying to go and get robust quality players?
No, because
it's about
we need.
style now, which I'll get onto when we start talking about who the midfielders should be. It's time to switch it up now.
All right.
Do you want to know something? Can I say something as well?
Yeah, go for it.
We have to rip up the engine room. Gini when Adam left, we never replaced him. He was a big part of our engine room. Henderson has not had a good season, signed a new deal, hasn't played very well.
I think that's unfair. I think he's had quite a few really good games, but he just has some really bad games, and it's making the bad.
So I'd say I would say
indifferent.
Yeah, indifferent. But I wasn't gonna say like get rid of him. I just think when someone has like an indifferent sort of like period, whether it's like I don't know, like maybe like 3-4 games, so to speak, we haven't got the luxury of dropping him because here's the joke. So say like Henderson goes for a little bit of a bad patch, or whatever. We can't put that next player in. That next player in probably isn't even available because he's injured. That next player might be Naby Keita, who, as all laughs and jokes, but Naby Keita can get injured just by literally waking up. Then you've got like an Ox who he doesn't trust. I feel like as well he's kind of mismanaged Ox and Naby this season because you pointed it out, Drift. Ox had some good games, then dropped him, didn't play him. And then he's going to want to play him in a false 9 and next week. It's like, bro, what are you doing? If the guy's in form, playing, but he always goes back to his tried and tested. So that's why I kind of feel like it's this year. For us to be successful again, especially like, 17, 18, 19, it was the main part was our engine room was so robust, hardly anybody was injured and they were always a consistent 7 out of 10. Now when you've got the engine room dropping sometimes can be not stinkers, but like 5 and 6s, and then you've got the forwards kind of like having to compensate. You kind of look at it and go, we have to make a change here. So the reason I say is because of this, James Milner, I feel like his legs are kind of done. I feel like, as you said, Jeff, he kind of needs to be part of the coaching staff. Naby Keita is always injured, and then when he is kind of fit, Klopp don't really want to play him. Hence the game against Chelsea. It's like, bro, you still want to trust James Milner over Naby Keita. Well. And not only that, like Naby Keita is going on international duty. You could have just played him and see what he had to offer because he kind of wouldn't have been your problem if he's injured at AFCON. No disrespect, because that's kind of like how Klopp's mentality is at the moment. And then you've got Oxlade-Chamberlain again, like who was playing well at one point, and he don't play him, and he goes back to the tried and tested. And then you got Thiago, who we bought, amazing player, we love him, best player that we probably signed, like in terms of like ability and whatnot and what he brings to the table, but he can't even stay fit. So what you got is a Liverpool team who are well known for being this pressing machine and well robust, like machine or whatever, and we can't do it anymore because the players don't even have the capacity. Fabinho can't do it by himself. He needs dynamism in front of him. Henderson's having a bit of an indifferent sort of spell. James Milner hasn't got the legs. Oxlade-Chamberlain isn't trusted, and neither kind of really is Naby Keita. So what do you do then? You kind of have to go, do you know what? Whether you like them or not, we have to scrap the midfield and start again, like fully. Like I'm talking, as we said, Ox has to go, Naby has to go, Milner has to go, and you try to bring in 3. I know we will never do that in one window, but we got to do something. Like I want to see a Basuma, a Gravenberch, and a Bellingham. They don't have to be all in one summer, but we need something fresh for this to still to work, because I don't see how it works, guys. I'm being honest. I don't see how this machine works anymore. This pressing midfield machine.
Also, another thing, you just look at the midfield as well. One thing I think from the 5 midfielders, even if you throw all the midfielders in, whether we're going to keep them or not, one thing I find we're really lacking in that area, someone who can just put the burners on.
No one's got burners, fam.
Like Ox is probably the closest person to that, and even he's lost his pace over the years because of injuries, etc. Yesterday, really, for me, really
no dynamism.
Hit. And again, we obviously that wasn't our first choice midfield, but barring Thiago, it kind of is. It kind of is. Hendo and Fabinho are seen as everyone by the 2 best.
That was the point I did want to make.
With the 2 starters.
That's the point I wanted to make with the Hendo thing, where people was having a go at Henderson, because One thing I think that's a little unfair is if we don't judge a player when he's playing with the players we know he should be playing. Of course, he's got to stand up at all times. But if you look at any Henderson performance when he's played with Fabinho and Thiago, he's been great. His performances are always quite below par. If he's got one of the others next to him, like a Milner or a Naby or a Jones or one of the other guys, where maybe, I don't know if he overcompensates, I don't know what it is, I don't know if they don't complement each other well, whatever. But when it's Henderson, Thiago, and Fabinho playing, all three of them always play really well and have good games. They complement each other well. The triangle with Henderson, Salah, and Trent always work. It's really weird how you take one or two pieces out, and all of a sudden we kind of fall apart a bit, and we look all disjointed.
Because we are
so weird.
I'll be
we
honest,
need that complete puzzle all the time.
If that is the case, then Hendo's not as good as we think he is. Then, because you should be able to play with anyone in this team.
No, but it's about complementing under the system, Cal. So I don't even think it's ability. I think it's what is asked of them and who's in the midfield trying to do what is asked of them. And not complementing each other more than anything, because I feel like when
it's his job as captain to do what he needs to do, though, Drift. And then I've watched the game back, and I'll be honest, it was a hard game.
Look how much it affects the others when Henderson's not playing now. At the same time, we said when Trent had that bad game, he was missing Hendo. Salah had a bad game.
I agree with you both.
No, that's one game, though, Drift. That's one game. We've seen Trent play enough games without Henderson and still have standout performances. If we're just going to say Trent has to play with Fabinho and Thiago, then if we're saying Hendo has to play with Fabinho or Thiago, then he's not the baller that we told him up to be.
No,
let me land. I'm not saying that, but that's where it has to be, because we can't say Henderson can only play well or at his premium or his optimum when he's surrounded by two of the best in the world. That's like saying a striker's only good if they've got Bergkamp, Ronaldinho, and Messi behind them. Anyone's going to be good in that situation.
No, but that's not what I meant, though, bro. I'm talking about complement each other in terms of styles and what they bring.
Yeah, I think he means get the best out of him.
Yeah, I feel like, for example, when Milner plays, you do get similar to Henderson.
Because let's be real, we've all kind of sat
each other.
Yeah, I think because I think you just got a point.
Hendo's problem yesterday was that he couldn't hang on to the ball, and he was just kicking it without.
No, of course, but he also can't play with James Milner. He's like playing the same.
Yesterday, though,
I feel like playing the same player twice.
I don't think they're similar. I don't.
No, do you want to know? Not similar exactly, because obviously Henderson's still more athletic, but in terms of how they what they bring to the table, they're both very hard working players. But I think Henderson has a bit more, because Henderson, obviously being a bit younger, can offer that bit more. But in terms of them together as a pair, remember we used to always laugh and joke and be like, if we see that midfield again of I think it was like Gini Wijnaldum, Henderson and Milner, because sometimes the complementary, they can be all a little bit too samey. And that's why I kind of we were glad that Thiago was brought in. Just not saying Henderson can't play with the others. I think all he's saying is, and what I agree with as well, is that you really do get the best out of Henderson when he's next to Fabinho, and Fabinho just concentrates on destroying. And then you've got Thiago, who's more of the dictator. Because you see yesterday, Cal, I felt like Henderson was trying to dictate. And it was like, bro, don't do that, because
I don't know what Hendo was trying to do yesterday.
I don't know what he was trying to do.
And guys, what we can't do as well is, because it's fresh in the memory, keep judging Henderson off yesterday. Because I feel like that's what a lot of people are doing.
No.
It's not just performance. Because we've got away at United, we've got away at Milan, and he's bossing the whole midfield. Do you get what I mean? I think it's too easy.
Did he play away at Milan? I don't think he played away at Milan.
Yeah, or Atletico. It was one of the two away games in the Champions League when he was brilliant.
It wouldn't have been at Atletico as well. Atletico away, we didn't boss that game, I'd say. He bossed
every Champions League game, to be honest.
No, we didn't. Not the Atletico away. We rode our luck in that game. You might think Atletico at home.
It must have been Porto or AC Milan. One of the two. It was one of the away games towards the end of the group stage, and Henderson had a brilliant game. I think yesterday's game is fresh in the mind, so it's making everybody be very.
I don't think it's just yesterday, though. So, if you look at the goal again, so the first goal, you could argue Hendo should get out to Kovacic quicker.
Yeah, he's tracking a little bit.
Should. Again, you see,
Well, we're not
going
going to blame Hendo.
No,
I'm not. No.
Just
Just
he's the nearest man to that. So you,
Yeah, but his position in the zonal though was the edge of the 6-yard box.
But that might be
he's the one that's got to go and do the block.
But that might be his instruction, though, Drift. So if that is instruction, if you actually watch it back, he hesitates before going to close down. And then the second one as well, he was the one that let Kante run. He let Kante run off him. When you watch it back, you see it. He let Kante run off him. And then he tried to trap Pulisic and didn't catch up Pulisic as well. And then we said the same a bit in the Leicester game. So again, where I've just done that, I will go on the flip side and be like, look, the games against Everton, where he completely bossed, phenomenal. Game against Manchester United away, boss, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal at home, phenomenal. I think he did play in that game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did.
I forgot about the Everton performance. He was brilliant.
But do you want to know what it is, guys?
He was
what
man
it
of
is?
the match in that.
Can I just, sorry, quickly, guys. I just want to go back to my original point. See, I don't think it's like, I don't think it's any slander towards Henderson when I say things like, he's having an indifferent season, yeah? What I am saying, though, is this. You see, if someone just puts in a couple of performances where we can look at it and go, he's having a bit of a rough time. We can't even afford to bench, man, because the options that we have that are either not available, and that's for me, that's the biggest thing. And that's why when I say we have to refresh the midfield, and this is going full circle to Cal's original question, because
even Fabinho, when he's tired, there's nothing we can do.
When Flacco's treading water,
hold it there, because that's where I wanted to go next. We said we needed between 2 and 4 central midfielders, so I'm going to stick with 3 just to round it off in the middle.
Yeah.
What are the 3 types of midfielders we need?
We need a ball carrier who's dynamic. A ball carrier that's dynamic.
Elaborate for me, Matt. Elaborate. For
all right. I thought we was getting that in Naby Keita, but I think we need a bit more. So when I say dynamic, a ball carrier, I will say somebody like, I would say even Basuma. I think Basuma's dynamic enough because he can go 2 ways as well. He can, when it comes to the attacking thing, he can get the ball, run with it, drive with it, and not just like headless chicken thing. I'm talking like under control, and he can spot a pass. And I think he's got a good footballing IQ. I also want us to get that all-round central midfielder that can cover all bases. A bit like a Gini Wijnaldum, but almost like a Gini Wijnaldum part 2. So I'm going to say Gravenberch. And then for the final one, I want the third midfielder to be an absolute animal from an attacking point of view. Might not be the greatest defensively, but an animal. And that person, I'd want it to be like Nkunku. You know what I'm saying? Someone like that. So, and then Nkunku's flexible as well. So you can play him in a front 3. You can play him as a 10. You can play him as an 8. We need players like that. That's kind of like revolutionize our midfield, because I don't know whether Klopp still wants to stick to his morals of the way how he wants his like midfield 3 to work, this whole workman thing. But we just need more quality, bro. I can't even lie. Like I'm almost getting sick and tired of when people say, Liverpool's midfield is workman-like. And then we brought in Thiago and we thought things might change a little bit. And it did. And it has, because Thiago offers spice. But we need more players that can get on the ball and make things happen. Like, I'm almost sick and tired of having to think about, you know what? We got to hope like Salah or Mane still do a madness, because we're all right in midfield. Like, they'll block off the passing lanes and all that stuff. I want my midfielders to now be like Man City midfielders. Take control of the game a bit more. Make things happen. Probe. Be aggressive. And we've had that in a different way. We've had it in a different way, Driv. It's just that, you know what it is, Driv? You know, you get a battery and you see the battery just fading. We are that Duracell battery where you can do the self-testing thing and you press the thing at the bottom and you just see the thing just go do. That's where we're at the moment, if I'm being honest.
The wickedest thing is, though, bro, to implement what you're saying, which I agree with, because I think we need, like, it's like a ludicrous song. We need like 6, 8, 10. Like, we need all the positions, in my opinion. Facts. We need to change everything to do what you're doing, because you got to remember, I think why we don't work as a possession-based team is because we're still trying to do a counter-press front 3 and the whole fullbacks, that don't work in possession football. The whole point of that was it was win the ball high up the pitch, suffocate the opposition, hit them quickly.
But we can't do that anymore.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
But we struggle to, shall I say? Let me not say that. We can't do it at optimum level anymore, shall I say?
But this is what I'm saying, bro. So technically, we're actually wasting Robbo and Trent, Mane, Salah, and Firmino if we try to play possession. because those players aren't about possession.
No,
I disagree.
But,
I
let me ask you
disagree
this.
with that
No,
one,
no,
Chris.
quickly. Just quickly.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Trent, Robbo, Salah, Mane, and Firmino can do the possession. They can do it.
All right, let me ask you this.
In the way we play them, Cal. Like the way we play them. So you see when we've got that midfield,
all that is
kind of trying to be
that's
like,
just
you know,
when
teams sit in, right, and they do 2 banks of 4, and we're trying to break them down, and we've got possession. A lot of the time, because of the way we play and the type of forwards we have, we can't ever do anything to them teams.
But that's because of nothing coming through the center.
Because of our personnel, but this is what I was going to say.
Normally width, Cal, because you break down banks of 4 by going wide.
Guys, let me quickly say this.
Forward, so we normally just all end up in the middle. And we don't stretch the game.
Just quickly, play the same way how we played in 17-18/18-19, yeah. But just listen to this change of personnel though. So say Flacco's still there, yeah. But you're gonna swap. Say he's injured. Thiago comes out, he's injured, yeah, and I'll put in Basuma, and then say like the third midfielder is Gravenberch, bro. We don't automatically change into a possession-based team, but what it means is though we've got more weapons, we've got more like no pun intended, but we got more in our arsenal, innit? There's players that can do a bit more. So see the counter pressing thing, them man they can do that. If you want to do the whole sit back thing, then man can do it because they're disciplined as well. But we're adding more dynamism into our midfield, which is something that we lack, and more technical ability. I won't even sleep on that, Drift, because as great as our midfielders have been, yeah, bro, from a technical point of view, we can get better. We can get better.
Oh, yeah.
And by doing this, we don't have to change the system. Even if I said to you, we just signed Nkuku and Basuma. Bro, I am telling you, the midfield is doing the most against other teams, even City.
Well, here's the problem I have now as well, and this is going to make me sound like I'm just being like a glory hunter or whatever, but you see like the Nkukus and that as well. I'm getting to a point where I'm sick of all that shit as well. Like, I don't want to be going in Aldi and buying the brand that looks like hula hoops, but it's called hula hoops.
Nkuku's
I
the
don't
truth.
want to keep doing this anymore, bro.
I promise you, Nkuku ain't Mark.
I want the Walkers.
And Nkuku ain't Mark Gonzalez and he ain't who's that guy?
I'm not saying he's crap. I'm not saying he's crap, but he's not ready made. You see what I'm saying?
Nkuku's made for us, bro.
No, but they're still gonna be developing. They're still gonna be going into that. Bro, there's gonna be all that, bro. He's young, bro.
No. Bro, Nkuku, Cal.
But all right, but so is
ain't he only 21?
I don't know, but so is Bellingham.
But he's sick.
No, but what I'm saying is, I want like a 24-year-old that's just like he's been through the learning process.
Nkuku is ready.
No more of that learning on the
job. If I'm not mistaken, Nkuku's about 23, right?
I can't remember how old he is.
I thought he was 21.
I'm telling you,
Nkuku's ready for that step up.
He's ready, fam. I can't listen. He's
again.
24.
I'm not saying
24,
he's
bro.
24. I'm not saying he's.
That's kind of worse for me because he don't look ready. But yeah.
No, he's ready.
No, for me, he's ready to make the step up. Again, he wouldn't be my first choice.
Basuma's 25 as well. I think he's 25. Basuma, I think.
Perfect age, man. I mean, if Nkuku's 24, fair enough. I thought he was 21, but that kind of worries me because when I watch him, he looks like a youngster. He's got like a lot of indecision, and I thought he was still learning his game. If he's 24, I'm a little worried about that. I'm not gonna lie; it looks very indecisive if he's 24.
Bro, I promise you, if Nkuku was allowed to be the third midfielder that was allowed a bit more freedom, he's banging out. He's banging out, bro. I promise you, he's banging out.
I mean, we thought that whole coming. We thought Navi was gonna bang out, but yeah.
Don't.
Yeah, we can't do that though.
I don't know. Kind of following a similar path, isn't it?
No. Because the difference is, I mean, not the difference, but obviously no one knew he was going to be riddled with injuries.
We signed Lambert from Southampton. We signed Virgil from Southampton as well.
Injuries, I think. Injuries is what
can't judge them because they come from the same club.
No, I'm being stupid on that one, but I'm just trying to make a point of like, I'm not quite sure whether he is actually going to come in and do the business.
Right,
Bruno Fernandes was like a guarantee. You know, Bruno Fernandes is guaranteed to come in and ball out. Now, I want those type of signings. Now, I don't want any question marks. I don't want any ifs or give him time. I want the Bruno Fernandes type level where he's of an age where we know he's just going to come in and ball straight away and he's already ready. None of this waiting for development and hoping and getting a 20 mil player.
Would you say Bellingham's ready? Would you say Bellingham's ready?
I'm so done with that now, man.
Would you say Bellingham's ready? Would you go for Bellingham? Just out of interest, quickly. Would you go for him straight away?
Bellingham's ready, but I would still think Bellingham should come as well as somebody else because I think it'll be a lot of pressure on his shoulders.
I promise you, Nkuku is ahead of Bellingham.
He's ahead of Bellingham.
He's ahead of Bellingham, fam. He is.
If you could only have one, which one would you have?
But right now,
well, just looking at the future for the next 3-4 years.
Right now,
you still take Bellingham. Let's be real.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's better than him right now.
Yeah, I think Bellingham probably. If you were the natural
no.
CM, if you're the natural CM, just natural, pure natural, I'll go Bellingham for that. But if you want someone that can play the 10, because Nkuku can do everything. Because do you know what it is about Nkuku?
He plays up front sometimes as well.
Do you know what Nkuku reminds me of? It reminds me like a young Junior Wijnaldum, bro. Like he's got a jack of all trades, yeah, and now he's like mastering his attacking thing. But before he was playing a bit deeper, bro. I'm telling you, Nkuku's like
I know he's good, bro. I know he's good.
Nkuku's
I'm
serious.
Just saying, I don't think he's on that Bruno Fernandes kind of level of like he's just gonna come in and he's already ready. No more learning, no more developing. He's just at the age, at the right stage of his career to just come in and just ball out straight away. That's the type of players now I think we need. None of these project players where we've still got to give them time and all this. And maybe Nkuku isn't that. Maybe I am wrong. But Nkuku, for me, goes into that bracket with those type of players that I worry is still going to need a year or two to get used to it, still developing and all that kind of stuff. And we ain't got time for that shit with the way City move. Like City are just on it every year.
I hear you. We don't need it. But I would say Nkuku's not like that kind of like development type player. He's ready. Like I reckon if we were to sign him in January, he makes impact straight away. Like he makes impact instantly.
Fair enough. If you think he's ready, then I'll believe you.
I think he's serious, bro.
I'd still be a little worried he'd be a development player more than a ready-made player. But
fair enough.
Well, guys, we've spoken about that topic now, so we're going to move on to the next subject. But guys, keep on voting. Do we need a midfield rebuild? How many players do we need in midfield?
How you didn't say what positions you think we need?
6 and an 8. If I'm being greedy, a 10 as well.
Okay, so we're all in agreement. I think we need 2, 1, 6, and a 10.
Basically, we need a rebuild, fam.
Here's the thing: if we were to get Basuma, I think Basuma covers 6 and 8, so then we could just get one other.
He should be the first brick, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I actually think the holding man should be somebody who was always a holding man. Though, you know,
to be
I don't like we keep doing this can play 3 positions thing. See, when it comes to being a DM, I kind of just want you to be a DM. I don't want you to be a DM who does this and does that. I just want you to have one job and you know it. And when Fabinho's out, we have no worry that guy's going to come in and just do what Fabinho does.
And that's Zakaria then.
Yeah, and he's free.
It's a great segue. That ain't at the segue.
And he's free.
It is indeed. So there's a segue for the next topic. Let's go, people. Well. It's January, which that means silly season is truly in effect. Over the next 3-4 weeks, we're probably going to be linked to about 70 different players, probably going to sign none, but it's our job here to talk about it. And one of the players that we're really getting linked with is Dennis Zakaria. Apparently is available for around £6 million this January if anyone wants him now. Otherwise can be signed on a pre-contract and arrive at a club for free in the summer, just like Matip was back in the day. First and foremost, Zakaria, do you guys rate him? Would you have him at Liverpool?
As backup to Coutinho, 100%.
Yeah, I've watched him over the last couple of years, and I've always thought, I like what he's about. I haven't watched him really as much this season, I'll be honest with you. But in terms of like the season before, last season before, probably his quality. Because again, he's different from Flacco though. I wouldn't say that like Flacco is a bit more elegant. He's a bit more of a bruiser, so to speak. Like he's a bit more physical, bit more dynamic as well. But he offers something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need players like that. We can't always get the samey type player. So you see, if he was to get into the squad, I will be happy with him in the squad right now. If you get him for cheap,
you know what it is that I want. Yeah, I want a backup, or I don't even necessarily want to call it backup. I want an alternative. So
Yeah,
depending on the opposition, I want it to be a situation where Klopp can look and go, oh, I don't like the way such and such makes those bursting run through midfield. Flacco's going to struggle with due to pace. I'm going to play this one instead this time, and he's got the pace to be able to deal with it. You see, like how Man United, as an example today, where everyone in their midfield is very slow. So, like, Wolves are able to keep bursting through Podence, Trincao, and then when Thingy came on, they can just burst, and no one in midfield can catch them because they're all slow. I must admit, we're actually like that. When you look at our midfield, Thiago, Fabinho, Henderson, Milner, there's no pace. There's no pace at all. They've got a quick midfielder who makes a run in beyond. There's no one in our midfield that's got any pace to be able to keep up. So I want a Kante type of player in midfield that's got legs. You can't run from him. You ain't getting away. Like, you can try, but you're not getting away from him. And
man wants to do the throwback to Momo Sissoko. Remember Momo Sissoko?
Yeah, of course. How can we forget, bro?
He don't care about scoring goals, passing.
Throwback to Mascherano. That's what I want.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking of
Momo's the original.
Momo was, anyway. Yeah, he was the one before Mash, because Mash come in and was different in it. But you see, Momo
went new campus, and I don't care who you man.
Momo don't get his clamping, man.
You don't know me. You don't know me.
Although I wouldn't say that Momo was quick though.
No, Momo was quick.
I don't know if I say he was quick. Mascherano was more than one.
Because he was tall.
Yeah, he
Mascherano was quicker. Mascherano was quicker.
Man used to pull his shorts up, brother. He used to be a madness.
And he had this
Momo used to sprint, bro.
He had this mad running style as well.
Straight back, bro. Michael Johnson. That
was on this mad thing, you know.
Sissoko was so underrated, bro.
But he wasn't. Remember when he mashed up Balak?
Yeah. Welcome to the Prem.
He said, "Welcome to the Prem."
Man did a play.
Wakanda forever.
For the next section, this is going to be familiar to a lot of our members. We do quite a lot of this on some of our member shows. What I wanted to do is just look at some of the stats around Zakaria and compare them to some of the other midfielders that we're a bit more familiar with. So I'm going to share that screen with you now, and we can kind of see where we stand with Zakaria, and if this changes anyone's opinions, whether it be pro or less for potentially bringing in Zakaria. So I'm going to share that screen now. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm just going to make it full screen, and I'll talk through as I'm going through.
We're looking at the wrong midfielder, fam.
So just guys, do me a favor. While I'm on another tab, just keep an eye and just start the super chats. And just on that as well, guys, all the super chats are saved. After we finish this segment on Zakaria, they'll be read out. So don't worry, your super chats are safe.
Indeed.
Matt, hold on. Who is it who you was looking at when you said we're looking at the wrong guy?
You know exactly who, fam. You know who he is.
No, I genuinely don't, because now
see if you can guess.
Yeah,
no, not even him. No, because I'm not really a fan of the guy that's got Bear Greens right now.
Oh no, I thought that's who you were talking about.
No.
Oh, we're talking about the guy who's got no face,
yeah. But it's two though. But the one that's in blue.
Bro, come on, we all know he's the best out of all.
Because when you went to the bottom, I was like, nah, he's just.
All right, so here it is now. So what I've done is I've put him in the category with Basuma, Kessie, Fabinho, and McGinn, who's another player who, in my opinion, has done very well this season. Has got very good stats. So games played between 14 and 17 games. McGinn comes out on top. Minutes played, McGinn comes out on top again. However, Zakaria is second quite comfortably as well. In terms of starts he's second alongside Basuma. Ball recoveries, this is where the boy shines. This is a pure DM. Yeah, 124. Pure. The nearest to him again though is Basuma. Fabinho is in third. Kessie is down at the bottom. Possession lost, 122, which again isn't as much as, for example, McGinn. However, McGinn does take way more risks than the others do due to the nature of his game.
Yeah. Guys, apologies. Give me 5 minutes, yeah?
Yeah, cool.
Just gonna swap, yeah? One second.
He scored 2 goals compared to Kessie's 5 and McGinn's 3 and Fabinho's 1. Although, if I'm not mistaken, Kessie does take AC Milan's penalties as well. So he might be having a bit of a Jorginho type of season. Attempted passes again comes second in that category, but not only where that again looks good, it's the fact of his accuracy is 90.11, again only second to Kessie. But what I want to do with pass, I want to look and break down the types of passes he's making. So his long pass accuracy is better than the others. He passes the ball forward way more than the others as well. Backwards passes, only McGinn has less than him. Sideways passes, he is third in that category. Tackles made, he is joint third alongside Fabinho, which to me kind of suggests that even though he's a DM, he doesn't just throw himself into tackles. However, you look at Basuma, 50 tackles, which is double the amount of Zakaria and Fabinho, which is just crazy.
Context, though, Brighton obviously get batted up a lot more.
Precisely. So Basuma has to do that. Fouls conceded 17. So again, he's not just going around conceding fouls. Ground duels won 60, which again, he falls in the middle there. Ground duel success rate again falls in the middle with that one as well. Interceptions again falls in the middle. Blocks 5, which is second to Kessie. So again, it was just a quick breakdown. Stats, as we always say, is not the be all and end all. However, it did show quite a bit there that if you actually look at what he's doing, he's not doing a bad job. And if he is available for 6 million, I know there's that sort of nugget that you can wait and try and get him on a pre-signed deal for the summer on a free. But for the sake of paying him less wages and less agent fees, surely it would be better to go and try and get him now if it's a player that we want, in my opinion. I don't know where you sit on that one, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, firstly, I just want to quickly say something to Kessie.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Yeah, now we got that out of the way. Zakaria, though, I mean, you know me, I don't like to be too hard on the statistics in terms of making a final opinion, but those statistics are very good. It's very promising. He's quite tall as well. There's just a lot of stuff about him that for the price, you can't really go wrong. And I mean, we paid 7 mil for Minamino because it was a very low risk situation. I don't see why we can't do that for other positions where we do a low risk situation, see how it turns out. And if it doesn't turn out brilliant, then at least we didn't waste a lot of money on it. I think Zakaria is the type of guy, and obviously I don't know him, so I can't act like this is a definite, but I feel like the step up to Liverpool, he would probably be a lot more willing to fight for his place and not be angry he's not a starter. You need those type of players if they're coming in. You can't have people throwing their toes out the pram because they aren't playing and stuff like that. So mentality matters a lot. So I think that's important. And the whole Basuma situation is just, is he or isn't he going to be okay? I think that's all it is. Because if he didn't have that thing hanging over his head, with him running out of contract as well, it would be an absolute no-brainer, surely, that would be going to get Basuma in January or the summer. Like, I can't even imagine. You know me, I've been screaming for Basuma for about 12 months now. I don't even get why it would even be a question whether we should sign Basuma if he didn't have this thing hanging over his head. So it's a funny one, isn't it? Because do you wait to find out whether he's got those issues because he is the one? Like, do you do a Van Dijk and do you wait again and do you give it another 6 months or whatnot? Or do you just go in and get a player because you can't really waste time in football? It's very hard to know what to do with that Basuma situation. And why is it getting dragged out for so long? When are they just gonna figure out what's going on?
The Man City player who's under trial at the moment, his court case or final hearing isn't until apparently between June and August. So again, it's about collecting information and evidence and all that. So I'm guessing that's what it would be. Just a request from Jairana, just looking at his injury record. Again, I was going to bring that up next, but I'll bring that up now that I've sort of been prompted. Looking at Zakaria's injury record for this season, so 21-22, he's missed 2 games. Last season, he missed one game through injury. 1920, he missed 21 games. He got a knee injury. 18-19, missed one game. 17-18, missed 2 games. 16-17 seemed to be his worst. Missed 7, 12, 15 games. And in 15-16, he missed 3 games through injury. So again,
his injury record is fine.
But yeah, I was just about to say.
Yeah, he's had 2 bad injuries that kept him out for a prolonged period of time, but that happens to anyone. But overall, his injury record's fine.
So yeah, that's the bit on Zakaria. I mean, if he's 6 million, you go and get him, in my opinion, and that means you can rotate between him and Fabinho to the end of the season. Plus, he comes in with a lot less pressure because he gets to learn the system on the job while developing himself.
And he can double pivot now, which is what's good about getting another player who's good at playing DM. If we do play 4-2-3-1, it's another one that can play alongside him. And if you're trying to see out a game and manage it, which we are very poor at doing, you play him and Flacco and you see out the game. Do you know what I mean?
That, he's very good in the air as well.
Yeah.
His hand is very good in the air.
And we need a couple extra tall players because we got to be real. Our midfield is quite short.
Yeah.
It is quite a short midfield. I think Henderson's 6'1" and Fabinho's 6'1", and then everyone else is shorter. So we've got quite a small midfield as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. I'm going to read out some of these super chats. So Jamrock, panel and want to admit Hendo was responsible for 2 goals. I believe it was. All right. Wouldn't say he's responsible. I think he played a big role in both the goals conceded. I wouldn't say his sole responsibility because Milner shouldn't have given away the free kick for the first one. And for the second one, Konate could be stronger in the tackle as well as the other midfielders could have been covering as well. And Virgil could have come over. So it's not his sole responsibility.
The first goal in any way is really, really over the top. So.
I don't, but again, I see where you're coming from to an extent. Beretta says, I already read that one. Got that one as well. Timmy says, Ox, Keita, and Milner need to be sold. And 8 that can attack, defend, and is quick like Jude or Gravenberch. And the player who is a 6/8 like Basuma or Zakaria. I'd be more than happy with that. Moose LFC 21 says, Milner, Ox, and Naby either all go in the summer or at least 2 of them, replace them with 2-3 starting 11 quality. Thiago, Fab starters along with new players, Hendo, Jones, and Elliott as backups. I'm okay. Dean says, sup, gents. Hendo is a squad player. Sell Ox, send Jones on loan. He didn't get a chance to develop properly. Sell Naby, sell Origi, need a right back too. We'll get to the rest of the squad at a different point, but yeah, again, I did say a little while back about Hendo not being an automatic start for me, and Matt and Drift rushed me on camera, off camera, like held little Stevie up and said, if you want him back, you better shut your mouth, bruv.
I still think he's an automatic starter in the current proper play here.
I don't, but again, I don't want to see Stevie hung upside down again while Matt's punching me in the face, bro. Ems A says we can't do what Klopp wants to do with favoritism ting. No sentiments. Last chance was this season, no more. Realistic, reliable sign is needed. Hashtag tweak. Agreed. Tahir says serious questions need to be asked about FSG. What are they here for? Obviously profit, but do they want Liverpool to win or just linger in 4th? Very fair question. I think they're happy with Liverpool getting 4th. Anything else is a bonus. I think Champions League is all they really care about. They've said, they've said openly they follow Arsenal's old model of that.
I don't want to put this down to what country you're from or whatever, but it's just something that seems a little bit coincidental if it isn't true to it. The 3 big clubs that have American owners, because Aston Villa have an American owner, right?
No, not anymore.
Oh, do they not have him anymore?
No.
Right. So of the big clubs, yeah, we got the 3 American owners, and all 3 clubs seem to be in a position where the ownership seem to let the club like float around and always only seem to react based on whether they're going to finish in the Champions League or not. So is it an American mentality of make sure the business is ticking over before success? Or is it a coincidence? Because you see any of the other
from the outside looking in, it appear that way, but I'd have to speak to Americans to get it, because I think that's where I think there's a culture difference between our owners and Liverpool Football Club, and I think it has been like that from the beginning. Hence why we've seen things like the furlough situation, the ticket prices going up, the thing where they rename the stand the Kenny Dalglish stand, but no one gives a damn about turning up. The whole Super League thing. That's why I have a big issue with them, because I think there is a culture clash here and they don't want to get to understand the culture. Because for me, their thing is, right, top 4, secure that, get that Champions League money. Anything else you do apart from that, brilliant. But that is the bare minimum. That's what you do. And it showed me that last season, because we were in the top 4 when we lost our centre-backs, when it looked like we may lose our last centre-back, or when we did lose our last centre-back and we may have been in trouble of moving out of the top 4. That's when they reacted. The reaction was terrible, but that's when they reacted, as opposed to saying, right, you know what? We've still got Matip. We're still a couple points off the top of the league. Let's go and give them this and see if they can win it. And that's where I think they fall short. But I don't want to get into the FSG thing now, because I
know. I'm just saying there seems to be a lot of similarities between Arsenal, Man U, and Liverpool with regards to how the ownership seem to not truly care as long as you're in the Champions League. Whereas you look at Roman and you look at the Man City situation, and they're very cutthroat. Nah, this is about winning. We don't need anything but the W. And that there is where I'm slightly concerned about what our owners are like. You know what I mean? Like, that's the part that bothers me. But yeah.
Rapstar says, I think we are erratic without Thiago. Definitely need an understudy for Thiago while he is here. Who is that? I don't know. We looked more fluid with Elliott. Elliott, Salah, Trent was wonderful to watch. Agreed. I tell you who someone, Chris from Day Trippers, he said Neves would be a good player to have in the squad. What do you guys reckon?
If you not watched the Wolves game today, I must admit, I don't like the fact that I was slightly jealous of how they have midfielders that can control the tempo of the game really well. And I was watching it and thinking, Coutinho and Neves might get into Liverpool's midfield, and that's mad.
I'm glad you mentioned Coutinho as well. Coutinho must be about 35 or something like that.
Yeah, I think he is.
This is what I say. It's not an age thing.
Yeah, no, but it's the type of player.
No, but he doesn't play every week, Cal. He doesn't play every week.
Plus, I'd even say as well. I'd even say that. What's I gonna say? Neves is not the most dynamic again. Though.
That was my argument to Chris. I said I want someone
like
a bit
him.
more.
I don't think he.
It'd have to be Neves and someone else.
Yeah,
it'd have to be Neves and one other,
because he ain't dynamic enough.
Yeah, like if we played Neves and Fabinho, or Neves and Thiago as the two pivots, I'd still be a little bit worried, because I think someone breaks that line with their pace, we're in trouble there.
He ain't got the legs.
Although they would control the game well, though.
Oh goodness me, yeah. Them two are like Geppettos.
Yeah. Nedved and Thiago, or Nedved Nedved.
Yeah,
Neves and Thiago.
Really asking for a lot now, Drew. Still.
He's in my seat.
Neves and Thiago, or Neves and Flacco would control the game brilliantly, though.
Yeah. Jamrock says Jones to Brighton on loan. Thiago leaves in 2023.
Jones to Brighton.
That could actually be a good loan move, because they play good football, so he could learn his trade quite well. Then.
I mean, if it helps us get Basuma, I'm all right for it. Aldrin says rebuild is needed, but do we stick with the same midfield tactics, or do we change as the players we get in? Will depend on that. I will rebuild for the future. I think I like having fluidity in midfield, that we don't have to have a set formation in midfield. We do what the game depends or dictates. If we're playing Chelsea, we may go for a 4-3-3. If we're playing against, I don't know, bottom of the table Norwich, we might go 4-1-4-4-2 4 at the back, 1 holding, and then 2 10s maybe, because we know we're gonna have the lion's share and we just want to carve these lot up. It all depends on the opposition, but I want to have the personnel that allows us to do it.
Can I ask you a question? I know we've played quite well at Stamford Bridge in the last few seasons, yeah, but do you think it was like an Old Trafford type of situation yesterday where I think we need to just stop over-analysing and just be like, we played the occasion.
No.
And it wasn't even that our players aren't capable of doing well.
Different.
It was all, you know, like when we used to go Old Trafford and we'd be doing silly things and it was like we played the occasion rather than the game. Yesterday, for me, I kind of feel like looking back on it, we did the same thing. We played the occasion rather than just played the game.
Drift. Their midfield parked us up, bruv.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that Kopish and Kante didn't play well, but I'm saying our midfielders weren't even doing the stuff they usually do.
They weren't
and
allowed
that's when
to,
you can kind of tell that they were in their head a bit.
They weren't allowed to, bruv. Kante shut that down from bruv. Kante and Kovacic looked at Henderson, Fabinho, and Milner and said, "This ain't going today."
But there were still times where we had time in midfield and was still making mistakes.
Bro, Kante had a fresh bick, bro.
And said, "You man aren't enough." You said,
"I feel like we played the occasion."
No, bro. When you play, when you play against Kante, you play the occasion.
With a rival, I feel like we kind of played the I feel like we played the occasion yesterday.
No one could match Kante's just being a monster, and no one could get the ball off Kovacic, bro.
But even the defenders weren't playing well yesterday. I think we played the occasion when I reflect on it.
No, but the defenders I think is different. But I think there's always been a question mark over our midfield, because the thing is, our midfield kind of, if we win a game, our midfield kind of does get glossed over a little bit. But when you watch it, it's still not the same, and it's okay to not be the same because things change and players get old and whatnot. And because we have like a lot of sentiment to the players that have done us so well, we always will kind of defend them, so to speak, at least to a certain level. But I do think yesterday was just like, it was already on the cards. There's always going to be that game that kind of said to all of us as fans, like, right, you know what? Your midfield has been great, but you need to do something. You need to add something now. You can't keep.
Oh no, I agree with that. All right, let me give you the reason.
Let me get through the super chat. Let me get through the super chat.
I think if that game was at Anfield, I think everybody in that midfield performs way better than they did. That's why I feel like we played the occasion. It was away at Stamford Bridge against a title rival, and I feel like we played the occasion rather than the game. But yeah, go on.
Fair dues. Mario says Fabinho, Bellingham, and Elliott equals 2.0 the future. Ash says pound for pound, we probably have the slowest midfield around. We don't need an out and out brilliant midfielder. We need energy in there.
Energy.
Lord Walker says we are not on practice ground or the locker room to know impact or cohesion players bring to a team. Differences Klopp is, and I trust him. It's not favoritism. I disagree with that. It is favoritism when you continuously play the same players who are out of form, and there's other players who are in form and not being played. That for me is favoritism. And if they're not good for cohesion, Klopp wouldn't have had them in the squad. You just wouldn't have them in the squad. We've seen that. If you're not on board with his philosophy and is how he likes to do things, you're out. So I think that is down to favoritism. A-Spec says, are Zakaria and Kessie both available on a free? Surely we get them both, then spend on a third like Basuma. I don't want Kessie. I don't want Kessie. I don't want Kessie.
The thing is, I'll be honest with you. Kessie has been good for AC Milan. However, like just over the last 3 years, I'd say. I've watched him, but I'm gonna be honest. He's not the type of midfielder that I just want at Liverpool. Like he would be the one that, like, say we got Basuma, Gravenberch, and Bellingham, and then they said, "Oh, you're getting Kessie and a free." I'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I'll take that then," because we've already got the other guys. I don't want Kessie.
Yeah,
I don't want him full stop, bro. I'd rather keep Milner.
Jamrock says Drifty Hendo don't track his runners all the time. I think that's fair for every.
Come on, Jamrock. That's not fair. Well, he tracked his runners a lot. Like maybe he didn't do it yesterday.
I was just gonna say, Jamrock's statement's right. He doesn't track it all the time, but no player in the history of football.
No one does. But I know what he's trying to say. Jamrock's trying to say, I think maybe Henderson's. Like when we call him like a willing runner. I also kind of feel like there's times when he senses danger because he looks back and he's like, "Oh, do I go?" And within that time, he's thinking, "Do I
It's
go?"
too late.
It's already done. I've seen him do it a few times. I don't know whether it's not lazy, but
Ash said the game is moving on, and look at what Pep is doing. He's playing a 3 with Kevin De Bruyne and Silva in it. We need to transition into Klopp 3.0 team. Midfield needs 3. Midfield 3 needs to be more progressive and not just workhorses.
I fully agree.
Fully agree. Rod says, great show. Definitely need to change in midfield. Agreed. Rahil, I'm not hearing Hendo's been decent this season. He's legit been average to poor against Chelsea twice, Brentford, City, Brighton, West Ham, Wolves, Villa, Newcastle, Leicester twice, Milan despite the goal, and Atleti away. I take about half those teams out personally, but some of those are actually spot on.
I think that's way too overboard. Especially to say he was crap against Milan apart from the goal. That's not true.
Marcus says, I know we're talking midfield, but that high line is really killing us.
The high line's killing us because we don't press anymore. We're not suffocating the teams anymore, so there's no point in doing the high press.
Yeah, because if the midfield are the midfield that of old, I think that high line is fine.
Yeah,
I generally do.
Not even just midfield. I think we do have to address the front 3 when it comes to pressing as well. Because sometimes they bypass our midfield because the front 3 haven't closed them down. And the midfield, they just hit it over the midfield straight into the defense. The midfield can't even do anything about that.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Gangan Deep says we need 2 midfielders, a sitter alternative to Fab with more ability to cut out to stop the counter, to stop us getting bypassed, and a midfielder who can create in the final third and shoot, Coutinho type. It's a good shout.
The shooting one should be Nkuku, but yeah.
Rapstar says, I'm certain Klopp sees that the midfield lacks pace. We've been linked again with Agribu. Kamara has pace, a midfielder who can play wing. Need a right back. I feel Klopp has slowly been changing how we play. I think he has as well, which we're starting to see now.
If Thiago had been fit for 100% at the time he'd been here, we'd be a totally different team,
I agree, because he brings control and just
Klopp would have been able to keep the development of possession football, and I think he would have relied on his availability and been more comfortable to continue the transition. But whenever Thiago's not playing, we revert back to type, because without Thiago, there isn't really anybody to do what Klopp wants us to do when we play possession football. Do you know what I mean? And that's what makes it difficult.
We had one, but we let him go on a free. Tahir says we want quality players, but FSG will not spend. Yeah.
No, they will spend. They will. And they're right, Jammer. They'll spend, right?
we have FSG Job Center for Get the Wish List. Kike, I never can say your name right. Apologies, bro. I hope I don't butcher your name every week. You probably sit there when I read it out and think this idiot.
Yeah, I don't even know. I'll just say K for now. Me personally.
Yeah, I'm gonna go K from now on. So
say K because I don't know how to.
What we want aside, are there even going to be any transfers this window? Maybe I'm being too negative, but I almost feels like we're going to go until the summer with nothing. P.S. Musa Diaby is live. Said he's live. I don't.
Right now, yeah, we won't sign anyone this window. This is us just doing what we always do and get ourselves excited for no reason.
Yeah, sorry, man. Let me get through this.
Read the supers. Now I want to say something.
Also, Musa Diaby's the guy, man. Raul says, I have a theory. Hendo can't play left centre midfield because he's basic, so he has to play right centre, which negatively affects us going forward. Naby and Ox should play right centre midfield, better attackers, but can't because of Hendo's limitations.
I tell you why I disagree with that. The triangle between Trent, Henderson, and Salah is spectacular, and it's worked so many times for us.
When it works.
So I think it's very disingenuous to say that somebody is basic because they can't play on a different position, because even Van Dijk, for example, would probably look less effective if he played on the other side of the defence, for an example. If we play Salah on the right wing, on the left wing, I think he would look a lot less effective. So it's very harsh to go, if you can't play in a different position, you're basic. Do you get where I'm coming from? Like, I think that's quite harsh.
I
I
agree
think
with
if
that.
you're
Yeah,
used to what you're used to, you can't really be called basic if you do. You should be able to do it. Don't get me wrong.
No,
but
he can do it. He just might not be. Just because someone may not be as good, it don't make them basic. Like, I think Henderson on the left hand side might not be as good, but don't take away. Man's acting like he can't still affect a game or something. That's a bit. That's, for me, that's going a bit too far fetched. Again, I know people are upset in terms of maybe
The performance.
Henderson, and performance and,
Well,
and how we are as a team. But I just
it's
think
based on him saying that when Hendo plays on the right, it affects us negatively.
Mm.
I think that's when we have our best passages of plays most of the time. The triangle between Henderson, Salah, and Trent is amazing. The way them lot play, like link up and our attacks go down that right side, is a beautiful thing to watch. I think that's very unfair
based
to
on
say
point,
that
I agree
Henderson
with
negatively affects us playing on the right side
I
of
agree.
midfield. I don't agree with that at all. But that's just me.
Troy
Henderson
M
was
says Bissouma and Tchouaméni are and we're good. I see Elliott as our most advanced midfield. Add Goncalves to that, and 100% for me.
Goncalves.
Good shout. Base face in space says, remind me what Bissouma did. Does he just like to party?
Nah, that's a bit.
We can't
won't
say.
even-
I don't even think he's taking the mic asking that question. I
I thought he's trying to almost
No,
question
don't.
man's
No,
ability.
no.
What does
No,
he
he's
do?
asking, does he just like to party? No, it's Google it, bro. We can't really speak about it on the channel.
He did get in trouble being at a party, but
I was gonna say that.
Musa says, you and I remember when we first got linked with Bissouma by Pierce, our fans didn't want him because he wasn't fancy. I remember only Drift wanting him. None of us wanted him at first because we didn't want him to replace Genie because we didn't want Genie to leave. We all rated him as a player, though. Ash says 10 transfers in 7 windows. Jota 45 mil. I was going to speak about this, but 45 mil on Jota. Thiago 22, Minamino 7.5, Konate 36, Simicast 11, Elliott 3, Vanderberg 1.5, Adrian 3, Davies 1.5, Kabak loan, total 127 mil, sold 150 mil worth of players as well.
What, in that same time frame? That's
Apparently
bad.
so.
That's so bad.
Zabiri says it is 200% that way, Drift. As long as LFC are in the top 4, FSG is good. They will not let us finish outside the top 4. I am content with it still.
So that's the thing, letting us know the American mentality, so to speak, of our owners then.
Yeah, I'm not content with just top 4. Troy M says, I'm American. Business comes first. 90% of our team, for 90% of our team owners, team ownership is just an investment vehicle. It's rare to have win first owners. I can name them on 2 hands.
You know what? Thanks for letting us know about that, Zabiri and Troy, because obviously, as we were saying, we need an American point of view. And what I love about that, in one aspect, is that you become successful, and that's why so many American businesses are amazing. But it is bad for sport, isn't it? Because like there's so many drawbacks to putting money over winning when it comes to actually getting the win, and that's the thing. That's the problem for us now. There's a lot getting in the way. Football is always about non-profit. You can't come into football and think about profit. It's got to be for the love of the game, man. It just does. God knows how much money Man City and Chelsea have lost being as successful as they are. I don't even know how much they've lost doing it, but it must be a lot.
Hangout says, so Halo Bangout says, evening fellas, title decided when we see you soon.
Who's he support?
He must be a Man City fan. Title will be over way before we play you, bro.
Zabiri says, would you, man, take top 4 for the rest of your life or new owners and face the unpredictable? The former is FSG, the latter is making me uncomfortable. I'd rather take a risk.
I would take a risk as well, because
you'd rather take a risk.
You're going with that consistent top 4 thing, but what happened? Or what do
you get from it?
Basically, what the business saying is, Do we want to end up like Arsenal where we're finishing 8th and we're really regretting the whole Wenger wasn't doing a good job thing? Or do we want to take the risk? Now, where I sit on that is I would take the risk as well. I'm with you on the risk. But the reason I'm with the risk is if you really deep it, to pay £2 billion for Liverpool, which you would have to do for FSG to let us go.
3 billion.
3 billion. You are already of the mindset that you want to be a winner and you've got enough money in the bank to back that up.
Peas, bro. You're gonna spend peas.
So I would be very confident whoever bought us was on a thing of now we're gonna go bust up this thing and win. Because you're not paying £3 billion for a club to come in and then just let the books tick over and that's all you want to do. You're paying that money because you love football and you want to turn Liverpool into a powerhouse. So I would take the risk for that reason, yeah.
Carl, remind me I need to speak about something. I had to write it down. Remind me when you finish the supers, yeah?
Yeah, well, I'm going to move on to the next.
So we better get used to this.
I'm going to move on to the next topic now. So I don't know if you want to say it now.
Yeah, just quickly, yeah. We've been conditioned. I've said this from day, about how we see transfer windows and new players, yeah.
Yeah.
We are Liverpool Football Club, and yet we as fans are like a lot of us like go against one another and like, oh, do we get new players? Is the score good enough? Do the owners spend enough? Bro, we're Liverpool. And we're having in-house arguments about whether we should sign players and whether we have enough money. Okay. Every single club in the Premier League, yeah, when it hits summer, most likely, not January, but just summertime, you spend money because you want to improve on what you've done last season. Yeah. When Liverpool, we bought one player and certain people were saying we've got enough. Oh, if everyone's fit, we're good to go again. Like, bro. I remember back in the days of like, Drift, you remember this because we used to speak even back then. Remember when David Moores and Rick Parry were in charge, yeah? And we didn't even have money back then either, yeah? And we used to always look forward to summertime because you're thinking, right, you know what? I know we didn't have
do something.
Yeah, we didn't have a great summer, but we're going to try and improve the squad. Whether we got 3-4 players in and they weren't even the greatest, you kind of look forward to that, yeah? Like some fresh impetus. How can people sit there and say, oh, I'm cool with it. I trust in Klopp. Bro, I'm going to be so honest, yeah? Jurgen Klopp is great. He's the best manager we've had in recent memory, probably in our Premier League history. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, but we can't also sit here and say, right, everything man says is just like, is gospel. Like, we need fresh impetus into our club, yeah? And not only that, yeah? Stop thinking about buying a player is like a big thing. It should be normal. Spending money on players is normal. Why is it only our fan base sit there and go, oh, you know what? That's 20. Oh, I would have paid 20. Have you noticed how everyone, like, if we said now, Adama Traore is on the market 15 mil, do you know what our fan base will say? Nah, fam, that's 15 mil too much. But we can go and just get the player and then get someone out. You know, when I deep it, yeah, we've been conditioned so badly to the point where we see transfers like Christmas.
Yeah, but with a broke kid, but remember I told you with a broke kid at school that comes back after summer holidays in the same school shoes.
Transfers.
That's what we are, bro.
And Mark, you're all right. Paisley was our greatest manager. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying in recent memory, obviously Klopp's the guy in it. But what
Klopp's our best Premier League manager.
In Premier League, innit? That's what I'm trying to say. I even said Premier League. I don't know why Mark's saying that. But anyway, no disrespect, Mark. What I want to say is this though. When it comes to transfers and trying to improve your squad, we should be up there like everybody else. One thing I don't like to see our fan base do is make it seem like if we're buying a player, we're overcompensating. We're overbuying, or oh no, we've got him. So if we get him, then who's gonna start? Bro, look at the difference. Man City can put out 2 starting 11s, and certain man, whether it be on Twitter or whatever, are complaining that if we was to sign a player, they're worried about who he's gonna start ahead of. Bro, get the player and improve the squad. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, when
we've been conditioned for a long time, Matt, and I think it is a problem.
Liverpool Football Club and certain man are watching pennies.
Bro, like we're the only fan base that has to actually become accountants. We've said this countless times. Why is it that whenever we get linked with a player, we don't believe the player's possible because of how much we know our owners just won't do it?
Bro, just wake up, innit? Like, everybody in this chat and on whatever, if you're online or whatever, should be saying, yo, I'm going to back the owners, but I need them to do a bit more. I need them to bring some fresh impetus into Liverpool because right now we are struggling. It's that simple. I understand how people can't get behind that kind of movement. I don't get it. I really don't.
It's been one in, one out ever since we did the Torres Andy Carroll thing. And that was, what, 11 years ago or something like that?
When Gini Wijnaldum left, some people were like, oh, he didn't do nothing anyway, don't matter. So you're telling me Gini Wijnaldum wasn't a player for Liverpool and wasn't a servant, no? But you're telling me you'd rather just not replace him because man tricked you and said Harvey Elliott is his replacement.
Hold that there, guys.
Hold
that there. That leads us nicely into the next topic.
Man, we're content with it.
So, expectations versus reality. Don't want to spend too long on this, guys.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I've come up with this little topic, we had a little back and forth drift and comments during the show was split 50-50. You're on the side of what we've won in this area. A lot of people are kind of disrespecting, which I actually agree with. But at the same time, I was on the other side where I was like, I feel disappointed if this is all Klopp leaves with. And
I'm still disappointed, Kai.
No, but you weren't as like boisterous about it as I was, should we say?
It was more that I feel like it's disrespectful when people say only. That's what my issue is. When they go, you only won one Premier League, I'm like, do you know how hard it is to win a Premier League? It's not only one Premier League.
No, I hear you. But here's the thing, and what I think happens a lot with the owner debate is you'll get people say, but look at FSG, what we were when they came in and look what we are now. Or you'll get but they saved us. And I'm not even trying to say these quotes to like badmouth anyone who's an FSG supporter, by the way. I'm just saying these are some of the things I hear as a Liverpool fan. And I think it's very important to understand expectation and reality, but also the fact that we have to understand expectations change from year in year, season to season. And I think you can only really judge expectations in hindsight. Case in point is this. When Klopp first came in, his first season was a 15-16 season. Not first full season, his first season when he took over, 15-16. By show of hands, how many of you guys would have been happy if we finished fifth that season? I would have been.
Sorry, I just need to address one thing. I'm so sorry. Just one quick thing. This is to Jamrock, yeah? All right, cool. Let me say one thing to Jamrock, yeah? And maybe Jamrock might understand it. It's not even like a disrespecting Jamrock, it's just like a fair thing. Jamrock's been saying about Klopp and Pep are two different managers. Klopp is what does he say? Klopp is an idealistic guy.
Pep is more ruthless.
Pep is more ruthless. All right, Jamrock. And he also said about how FSG overthrowing Klopp if Klopp feels like he's got a great squad. Let me just ask you like this, Jamrock, and ask anyone that agrees with Jamrock. If Jurgen Klopp right now was offered Kylian Mbappe, yeah, and said we can afford him, we can go and get him right now, is Klopp going to say no because I believe Mohamed Salah is going to play week in week out, or is he going to take Kylian and go? He will be a massive asset to the squad. I'll leave it there. That's all I'm going to say. Let's move.
All right. So the reason why I speak on this is you see when the 15-16 season was happening, when he took over, I think we were maybe like 10th in the league or something like that.
Yeah.
Would you guys have been happy if we finished fifth that season? Being realistic, obviously we would have loved to have won the league, but being realistic, would you have been happy finishing fifth that season?
No, but it would have been better than we did.
No, but being realistic, because let's be honest, we weren't breaking top four that season, but finishing fifth. Remember, we finished eighth that season.
I believe we could have broke top four.
If we finished eighth that season.
No, but I think the team was good enough to finish fourth.
It weren't, bro.
Right, Lucas Leiva, Emre Can that year. Who actually finished fourth that? Was it Arsenal?
I can't even.
15-16.
15-16.
I think that might have been the last time Arsenal got top four, right?
I'm not sure, but either way, that season
we had a better team than Arsenal.
No, bro, we didn't. We didn't, Drift. We had no wingers for a start, bro.
Oh, the That same
Oh,
season,
that-
we got to two
No.
cup finals. Remember, we
That
had
was
a
the
it
Lallana
wasn't
season.
amazing. but it
Hold
was
on.
decent.
So that
But
was
we
the
lost them
Lallana.
both, bro. We had Mignolet in goal. We had Lovren and Saka as our centre backs.
That was
Then
just
Cola
individual
Torre.
mistakes, though, isn't it?
No, but we had Moreno left back. City finished fourth that season, bro. We were never finishing fourth that season, Drew.
Oh, was it City that finished
Yeah,
fourth? Oh,
bro.
yeah, that was Pep's first season, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, that was a year Leicester one, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I would have been happy with fifth then. Maybe.
All right, so
Yeah.
this is my point. If Liverpool finished fifth this season, we would be on here tearing Liverpool a new one, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because it
Alright,
wouldn't
so-
be good enough.
All right, which is what I'm talking about. Expectations change and change and change. When we finished fourth in 17-18 and got to a Champions League final and still lost, no one came out that season and said it was a disgrace, did they? Because of the manner of how we did it. We knew we were on a journey and we picked up
We
momentum.
were far
got
from the
to
finished
fourth.
article in 17-18.
Precise. All right, then.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to this season. If we finish fourth this season, on the last day of the season, and we lose the Champions League final, none of us are going to sit here and be happy with how the season's gone, are we?
Agreed.
All
No,
right.
I'm not sure.
The reason I say this is because a lot of the fans, I feel as though, are still clinging on to the thing of, well, we finished second in 18-19, this happened in 1920, and that. Are our expectations aligned with our owners? And for me, I don't think they are, because
It's never been, to be honest.
no, but I think it's
I agree with
it's
that.
further away than ever at the moment.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I also think
right.
fans' expectations for what our club is today, as opposed to what our club has become, kind of needs to get up to schedule as well, because we still talk about our team as though we're underdogs. We're not underdogs anymore.
No, but we should. No, but see, this is the thing.
But we're not underdogs at all, man. Even if you speak about the lack of spending power, look at the quality of personnel we have available to us. Regardless of what the others have spent,
Agreed.
Man United spent 80-odd million on Maguire. We know Maguire can't lace the boots of any of our four
Facts.
centre backs.
Bro, we're
So it's
quick
not
to
just
say.
about- No,
Sorry to
sorry,
cut-
Matt. Sorry, Matt. It's not just
Yeah,
about
go on,
it's
go
not
on.
just about cost or anything like that. We sometimes have to forget about the cost and look at what each team has.
Yeah.
We are the second best team in the league. With all due respect to the others, we're the second best team. This talk about, we'll be lucky if we finish here. We should we go Chelsea and no, we're not underdogs anymore. We have to change this mentality. We're not underdogs. The only game we go into in the season where we may not be the betting favourites to win are probably 3 matches throughout the whole season. That is Man City and Chelsea away and Man City at home. Every
Agreed.
other game we go into, we
As
are the betting
favourites.
favourites to win.
And
That
why
is
is
not
that?
that's not an underdog,
And why is that? Because even our
because
fans
we've
will
got
sit here-
absolute quality.
exactly.
But
team.
can I tell you
Even our
something? though?
fans, though. So quick, let me say this before I forget.
Yeah, go on.
Even this drift as well. Yeah, our fans. Do we not all in agreement say like you see like first 11? I know it's about a squad thing, but when it comes to first 11, us fans are very quick to say we got the best right back, we got the best centre back, we got the best DM, we got the best this. But then we're very quick to go, oh no, actually no, because our squad ain't that great. So how highly do you rate our starters then? Because it can't. Again, squad plays a big thing into it. I'm not denying that. But when it comes to first 11, Liverpool fans are very quick to say we got the best player in our position. But then we're very quick to do that whole underdog thing. It's like, what are you then? Like, are you, you get what I'm trying to say?
Here's the problem. guys.
Sorry to cut you. MP says we even slight betting favourites yesterday against Chelsea.
And they're horrible.
And that was without Thiago, Alisson, Firmino. Who else am I missing? Elliott. Who else am I missing? Matip. Come on now.
But guys,
Why are we playing underdog?
The unfair truth of football and life is money is power. And when it comes to that kind of underdog thing, it's the power struggle or the power situation. And I think that's where we still have the underdog mentality and we're still looked at as underdogs. Because when it comes to spending power, Man U, Man City and Chelsea can absolutely annihilate us on any given day whenever they feel like it. And because of that, regardless of how good our players are or how good our manager is, we will always be considered an underdog because we are always working on absolute things having to go so perfect for anything to actually work. Well, if you think about the season we won the league, just quickly, the season we won the league, you know, we were pretty much perfect. That's the only way we could actually win the league.
Our first 11 was on point, or first 13, 14 players.
We didn't lose a game till the 29th game of the season. We were damn near perfect, and it's the only reason we won the league. Other teams could not be perfect to win because they've got resources, they've got money, they've got power. We ain't got no power, and that's why we're going to be underdogs for a minute.
One thing I will say is this,
sorry, really sorry.
No.
But here's the thing, Drift. We speak about money and all these clubs can spend this. Isn't it about how you spend your money? Because again, bro, we signed Thiago for what, 20 odd mil? Bro, we didn't sign. No one else signed a centre midfielder better that summer. Check this year, Drift. And this is not even me trying to like come at you directly.
Just right, but you're right as well, though.
Man, you signed Varane, Sancho, and Ronaldo in the summer and spent a bag of money on it, yeah? And Chelsea spent a bag of money on Lukaku. These are your words, Drift, and I'm not even trying to, because you kind of been proven right with these, so this is not even me trying to dig you out here. Sancho, in your opinion, was massively overrated. Good player, but massively overrated. Wouldn't touch any of our starters, yeah? Varane, in your own words, massively overrated, wouldn't start in our defense. Once again, looking like that as well. Ronaldo, too old to make a constant impact for Man United. What's happening? Same thing, bro. So again, bro, this whole narrative of just because a club outspends us, that must mean they're in a better situation than us. I don't buy that either. I'm looking at what we have. Because I'll be real with you, Drift, yeah? If we went into the summer and we got Zakaria on a free, we got Basuma for 30 mil, we got flipping Concalves for 30 mil, and let's say we got Haaland for 70 mil. That's what, maybe 130 mil on 4 players? Well, sorry. Yeah, 130 mil on 4 players. Bro, Man City spent that just on fullbacks a couple years back. You see me? I genuinely think that. I think
no. You're both right.
That gives us the best quality of depth.
Because I'm going to forget. I'm going to forget. You're bang on, Cal, in terms of like bad money and bad spending habits. 100%. It doesn't matter how rich you are if you're going to have bad spending habits. The only thing I will say before I let Matt come in, because I know he's been waiting ages to say something, is history tells you though, Cal, even though there are those exceptions like this summer, where it makes me very happy that I was right, because a lot of people looked at me sideways about the Varane and Sancho thing, is history tells you though, spending money wins. It just does. You get the odd occasion where it can go the other way, and that's true. But if you look at history, Cal, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Man City, Chelsea, PSG, history does tell you spending money wins you.
Depending on the league. Fact. No, it doesn't, Drift. Depends on the league, bro.
No, Cal, I'm talking about if you was to weigh it all up, the people who spend money historically win more than the people who don't spend money. It's just a fact, bro. It's a horrible reality, but it's just a fact, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
You're both right. This is why I say you're both right. Just right in terms of saying you have to spend money to be successful. You just have to. And you're also right, though, by saying, right, you know what? You can spend money, but it's how you spend
Everton
it.
Still. But Everton's another one.
But it's how you spend it. It's how you spend it. Because here's the thing. We don't have to spend as much as Chelsea and Man City. We don't need to. But you just got to spend some money and improve on what we have. And what we're doing right now is we're being very complacent. We're not improving on what we have. Summer just gone. We actually sat down, as a unit, as Liverpool, and said, we're good to go. Or Klopp said we're good to go. Because this is what Jamrock and Thingy's saying. They're saying Klopp said it's good to go. And FSG were like, yeah. No, Klopp, no, bro. This is what I'm saying. Klopp did say that. However, and I will stress the point again. Nobody knows what goes on behind the scenes. Not Jamrock, not me, not you, nobody. There's someone else in the chat. I can't remember who it was. Yeah, I think it's Wino. I can't remember your name, bro. Apologies. No one knows obviously what's said behind closed doors, guys. Right? But guys, we also got to understand. Klopp is a manager, and being a manager, you also understand what you had the season before and what you have now, and you know within yourself whether your team can improve. I don't care if Klopp says, we've got enough, because he's still a coach at the end of the day. Are we really going to sit here and say, Klopp has really gone, I've really, really got enough? Or has he gone, do you know what, I've got enough? Because he knows that what he wants to improve, he ain't getting. He just ain't getting.
I'd be surprised.
Because I'll be very shocked. And general, if this and if I'm wrong, fair enough, I'll hold my hands up because I don't mind being wrong. It's not even about being right or wrong. It's just that I find it hard to believe that a top class manager who's won us a Premier League and a Champions League has sat there and gone, you know what, Gini Adams gone, I'm all right with that. Yeah, because I got Harvey Elliott and them man and them man are gonna bring us to the forefront. He's thinking, no, this is what I have. The players maybe that I want to go and get, I can't afford to get them. So right now, I'm just going to sit tight and pretty and see if you lot change your mind or we go again next summer. Because he does strike me as someone that's like, if I don't get my first choice, sometimes I'm just going to wait a bit and see if there's something else that comes better. I'm not just going to jump at it. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I'm asking a question, guys, but it's not even an attacking thing because we're all Liverpool here. It's all family. It's all love. But I just find it hard to believe that Klopp's going to
you're right, Matt. You're right. I think we're all in agreement that if Klopp could do anything he wanted, it wouldn't have been, no, I'm good. Let's go with this. Now,
he was upset about
it wouldn't have.
Because I find it hard to believe that he's just going to sit there and go, oh, yeah. Like,
he would have at least bought one more player in midfield.
At
least.
I think we won't find. I think Lakers is absolutely spot on there. We'll only know when the next manager comes in. We've seen.
I know, but we don't want that scenario. So
but that scenario is going to happen. Klopp's going to be. He's not going to be here forever. I mean,
Klopp's going to stay for at least another 20 years, Cal. So we ain't got to worry about all that.
Brendan spoke about this when he left. I mean, Kamoli has spoken about it as well. So I mean, there are people out there.
What year did Lovren leave?
End of 1920 season.
Last summer, isn't it?
Okay, so
2 summers ago.
2 summers ago. So we were Lovren down.
No, it was last summer.
Was it last summer? Lovren left.
Well, technically, last summer is the one just gone in. So
the summer before last.
All right. So we lost Lovren, didn't replace him. 1 man down. Yeah, 1 man down. Gini left and Shaqiri left the next summer. 2 man down. We brought in Ibu. So 3 players have left over that time I just said, and we brought in 1 player. As a coach,
I mean, if I'm going to be fair, though, we brought in Thiago and Jota the same summer we sold.
Sorry, I did forget them. All right, that's my bad. So let's just say Thiago covers Wijnaldum, so to speak, yeah, and Ibu covers Lovren, yeah. That means Harvey Elliott is covering Shaqiri, yeah. Just for argument's sake, right? I'm pretty sure, though, Klopp is still going to look at it and go, yes, we've got the bodies, but do I have the skill set? Because he's a world-class manager. He knows what he needs to get the best out of his system. And I just find it hard to believe he's going to sit there and go, yeah, I'm cool with Thiago replacing Gini, even though they're completely different players. Ibu, I think he's cool with because I think he feels like Ibu, I've got the guy that I wanted from before, but I couldn't get them. And when they offered me Ben Davis, the hologram, and Kabak. And with Shaqiri, he may also be feeling like, yeah, do you know what? Harvey Elliott might be that guy to replace him. Fair enough. But Gini Wijnaldum, the reason why I specifically say him, his skill set was, even if you rated him or not, bruv, the man could do everything. And he could do everything at a very good level, whether you rated him or not. And he was always reliable, something that some of our midfielders aren't doing right now. Sometimes they can't be reliable. Bruv, he's a top-level coach. Are we really going to sit here and say, he just thought, yes, this is more than enough? I find it hard to believe.
The reason why we know that he didn't was because he openly spoke about how much he wanted Gini to stay. So if he didn't feel like we needed another player, he wouldn't have been so adamant Gini had to stay. I think that's literally the easiest way to look at it.
I just find it hard to believe, but
because he didn't fight for Shaqiri to stay, without disrespect. He didn't fight for Lovren to stay, but he fought for Gini to stay. So that says to me, he knows we need a midfielder.
Lovren wanted to go the season before, and he asked him to hold.
And he convinced him. He did convince him to stay 1 more year, but he knew Lovren wanted to.
No, I get that. But what I mean is, he really fought for Gini to stay. Though, as in, like, if it was his way, he would have not let Gini go.
Because remember when Klopp also was doing the whole left back thing, like, yeah, I'm happy, James Milner, but then he went and so it's like sometimes I feel like, is there some little internal battle with FSG that I feel like is there? Because we've seen Klopp kind of crack a little bit. I think there's something there, but he's never going to be the one that really wants to just like fully upset the boat and just like make everything just like unravel. Basically, he'll never do a Lukaku in a sense of like, he'll just never be like, oh, FSG, like, yeah, they're great owners, but, you know, we have some serious issues. Like, he doesn't strike me as that. He strikes me as someone that's going to be like, you know what? I'm going to do the best that I can, and I'm going to work with the conditions that I've been, you know, met with, and this is the best that I can do right now. I just find it hard to believe that you don't want to improve, man. But it is what it is.
Very true, guys. Do smash the like button. We're lagging on the likes here. Smash the like button, please, people.
Come on, guys, man.
Indeed.
Get us up to 700 likes before the show's over. Come on, guys.
We'll move on to the next topic. Shouldn't be a long one, this, boys. Elliott's close to resuming first team training. Literally one question I want to ask you. Would you let Elliott have the rest of the season off, or would you try and play him in a few games before the season ends?
Play him in a few games.
I don't think we can give him the rest of the season off.
No, but what would you do?
Boy, Harvey Elliott gonna come in and save the season and be like, I'm here, I'm back. Like, you're gonna be one of that. Nah, do you know, all jokes aside,
He's going to need a long time, though.
he's gonna need
Unless he's a superhero.
time to kind of bed in, though.
Unless he's a superhero, because his ankle was done. So he's gonna need a bit of time. I'll probably say March is when maybe you start playing him. I'd probably say. You know, when we got the run in, and he might actually come in very handy when a lot of players are starting to be a bit tired and whatnot. But I wouldn't play him in the month of January or February, not after how bad his injury was. No.
I would give him a bit of game time, but I think we have to be careful of him. Like, we can't do this whole, I don't know, like he's Michael Owen and he's the savior. I think we just gotta be easy with him. If we can get some game time out of him, give him game time. If not, let the man rest. Because I think we got to treat him with care, bro. Man had nearly a career ending, or career, so to speak, threatening injury. So we've got to be careful with him. So
Very true. All right, I agree. Let's move on to the next topic.
Indeed.
All right, so transfer rumor roundup. I'm going to mention a name, yes or no, cutthroat, nothing long. Players who we've been linked with, should we sign them for Liverpool? Will they improve us, yes or no?
Okay.
First name, Adama Traore.
Lord.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
It's a hard no for me.
You know why? Can I ask you this quick question?
Go on.
Would you take Adama over Taki?
I'm going to give you the next name.
See what I'm saying? That's the only reason why. That's because
it's still a no. I'm not taking it. Do you know
I'm
what?
joking.
I'm
joking.
Traore.
I wouldn't take him. I'm actually playing. I wouldn't take him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't take
cool.
him. I would have said.
Danjuma.
Don't know enough about. I haven't watched him. I'm gonna say yes, because even though I haven't really watched him, I've seen bits of him in terms of like some of the stuff that I've seen. What was it in the league? But nothing crazy. He looks good. He looks decent. He's a winger. Something that we lack. It's a natural winger that we don't have in our disposal, because off the bench we don't really have any like natural wingers. So I probably would go Danjuma. So that was a long-winded yes. Apologies.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a yes for me. Drift, I'll ask you just a yes or no. Traore, would you take him at Liverpool?
Who, Jimmy?
No.
Jimmy, no. What's that film where he's like, the film where he's like, Jimmy, stop that boy. What film is that? It's from Home Alone, isn't it?
Are you talking about Adama?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Danjuma, would you take Danjuma?
Jimmy.
If I'm being completely honest, I don't know much about him.
Cool. For me, it'd be a no.
I'm guessing you guys said no to Jimmy, innit?
No to Adama. We said no to Adama.
I don't know what. I got Home Alone where Jim is like, Jimmy, stop. I think when he's trying to take the toothbrush.
What
no,
about...
Matt, would you take Adama, Matt?
At first I said yes, but then I was like, nah. But you want to know something? Our fan base wouldn't like this conversation, and I'm not going to get into it now because it's long. Our fan base are lying if they wouldn't consider Taki for Adama. They're lying to themselves.
Come on, we got to be honest. Taki's a better goal threat. That's a fact. but Traore would just bring so much all-round better, like,
He's bringing
impetus
fear.
into
He's
the
bringing
team.
fear, innit? He's bringing fear.
Yeah, like you see, like today, yeah, and this is the reason why I always said to you guys why. So I know we're dragging it down.
Yeah, don't let we're gonna dwell on this bit.
No, but I know this is the reason why I think a lot of people looked at me sideways with the Traore, but I said I would take him. I know today, when Man U saw him coming on in the 72nd minute and they're already tired, they shit themselves. I know they did.
He
because
was terrible when he came on.
No. I think he was kind of driving Wolves forward a bit that they weren't doing
terrible
in that. No. It wasn't. But he kind of set the goal up.
Would you take
He wasn't
Traore?
terrible.
Would you take Traore at
No,
50
Cow, he wasn't terrible, bro.
No,
It was
he's
his
terrible.
cross
I didn't
that
see it.
set the goal up,
I
bro.
didn't see it though.
Bruv, he's woeful, bruv. You take away his pace,
Nah,
he's got
he's
nothing,
not, bro.
bruv.
He's not. He had the beating of Shaw for the 15 minutes.
Who doesn't, bruv?
No, Cobb. Shaw's pretty quick. It's not easy to beat Shaw.
If he was terrible when he came on, he's worthless,
he's
bro.
a threat, but I don't know if I want him as my threat. It's one of those
I think
ones.
saying he was terrible. The only one thing he did wrong was he should have took it to the post, to the corner flag to run the time down, and he tried to play a pass. It was like, bro, you shouldn't have done that. Other than that, he helped them get up the pitch. He made Matic have to foul him on the edge of the box for a dangerous free kick. He was his cross set up the goal. Like, he was impactful in the 15 minutes he was on the pitch. He definitely helped Wolves win that game. There's no way.
I'm gonna be honest. He's a speed merchant, and again, I think the fact. Yeah, we'll move on. Let's move on.
Yeah. Bowen.
Nah.
I think I might take Bowen over Taki. You know.
I'll keep Taki over Bowen just because I think he's more capable of scoring goals.
I don't know. I think Bowen's more of a threat, you know. I don't know.
Taki's come up with some important goals in the cup.
Yes. But do you know what the real test is going to be, though, Drew? When we see Taki, why these men are AFCON. No, when Taki...
We won't know, bro. He's injured. We're not even going to get to see it.
Well, if he's like...
What are the chances? And I know we'll talk about this in the preview. What are the chances that when them man they go AFCON, Origi and Taki are both injured? Who the hell are we even going to put out?
I don't even want to think about that. We can't.
We can't think about it.
No, but Drift, you can't complain. You know why? Because you wanted Bale 2.0. You're gonna get you see.
Not in a game that matters.
You're Nico Williams 2.0.
I wanted Nico to play there against the Preston or a Champions League game we didn't need to win, bro. Not in a semi-final.
I'm gonna be honest. If I ever see Nico Williams play in a forward role in any Premier League game, I'm done for the season. I'm actually tapping out. I'm being dead for real when I say that, you know. Anyway, move on. Next person.
Usman Dembele is the last name.
Oh, so it's Cal 2.0 then.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna sound like I'm being a bit mad here. Yeah,
I'll take him
for free. Yes,
I'm taking. Do you know what? I'm taking
for free.
You just said it, Matt. You just said it. Shout out to Lakers as well on loan until the end of the season. If he works out, I'm signing him on a free. Doing
they won't let you have him on loan, will they? Because his contract's done in the summer. So why would they let you loan him?
Wait.
To get him off the wage bill. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Like this, the worst thing that can happen is he gets injured. That's the worst thing that can happen.
And we send him back.
Oh, he's injured, and we just send him back.
Send him back.
If he balls out for 5 games and he gets injured, I would have to sit there and go, well, he's done more than certain man in our
Do you know what? Yeah, I don't mean this in a shadeful way at all, Matt. I reckon his Liverpool career would be Naby's. He'd have some brilliant games where he'd be impactful, but he'd frustrate us because he would barely be available. I genuinely believe that's what his Liverpool career would be, exactly like Naby's.
Well, guys,
so would you take a winged version of Naby?
During AFCON, yes.
Right, bear me a moment while you guys discuss this year. I'm coming back.
I would. I think I would. You know what it is?
And would the Premier League be even harder for him to stay fit?
Do you know one thing I will say though? Barcelona's doctor ain't that great, you know. It's not, you know what I mean? So
I think it's past doctor now, you know, Matt. I think if you zoomed into his hamstrings, them fibers would be hanging on for dear life. You know, when you do the microscope where you zoom in, yeah, I reckon his fibers are screaming in his hamstring like, no!
His fibers would be fruit and fiber, the flipping cereal, fam. It
Yeah,
would be
like the shredded advert where they snap the thing and it looks.
You guys
We shouldn't even laugh. It's not even funny.
Usman Dembele, he's fruit and fiber.
We shouldn't even laugh because talent-wise,
take
he's one of the greatest players of our generation. It's actually really sad, but yet
Talent-wise, he's a mazzy, you know.
I'm taking him on loan. I'll do it.
I say the worst that will happen is we
He
take
gets
him on
injured.
loan, he gets injured, and we go, oh, okay, we send him back. But
Yeah,
let's
but
say,
guys, we know what FSG are like. We're paying him 150 grand a week and he gets injured. They'll be like, that's eating into your summer budget.
Yeah, but you send him back, Drip. No, but that's the thing. You send him back, innit? You cancel the loan. you cancel the loan. You cancel the loan.
That's your summer gone, Jurgen. Summer's gone. Nah, it's true, though. It will be eating into man summer's budget. All right, but
They'll be sitting Klopp
saying-
down in March and be like, nah, you know you ain't getting no one in June, July, and August. You said you wanted this. Is it Usman? No, LeBron. What's his name?
Hey, LeBron, they wanted those hamstrings. He said they got cheese strings.
I was just about to say cheese strings, you know, but you took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh, I'm done. Nah, you know what? I'm taking the ooze just to see what happens.
Man's calling him Usman Don cheese strings, you know.
I'm
Fam,
taking
just to see
him.
what
I'm
happens.
taking him.
Oh,
Right, gonna read out super chats before we end the show with the FPL league.
Yeah.
Jamrock says we actually need 2 starting centre midfielders, in my opinion. Yes, 2 starting centre midfield quality, and then
Yeah, I agree.
I like the word you used today, Drift. Alternatives. This whole narrative of backup the squad alternative.
No, but Jamrock's got a point because if they're starting, obviously Klopp can only pick like 3 midfielders. But it forces him to go, oh, these men are all on form.
Yeah,
I've got to pick one.
No, that's right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Starting ability wise,
I agree with Gifang Jamrock though. Jamrock's got a point because we need that starting caliber that almost forces Klopp to go. Damn, I can't pick my favorite. I've got to pick the guy who's banging out. You know what I mean? Because the drop off in quality is the same, so to speak, or there's no drop off, so to speak. So,
Football Sunday says move Firmino to midfield, buy a proper striker. I agree with that, but also we still need another midfielder, even if we move Firmino to midfield, in my opinion. Ty says it's a good discussion, but with FSG it is a little pointless, which is sad. Our first pick midfield is done out. Here, a complete rebuild is needed. I hear that. Robbie D says,
done out. It's so like raggo, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just it's a full stop, in it. Like that's a full stop.
With like an exclamation, bro.
Yeah,
like, done out.
Done out hard.
Yeah. Robbie D says, love you guys. If we go into another COVID lockdown, then spending plans, if there are any, will go down the drain. This is not to you, Robbie D, but whether we have COVID or not, there's always going to be some sort of an excuse. So, you know, we've just started work on a trait on the new stand. Maybe that's going to be the excuse for this summer. Like there's an excuse every summer. If you really want it to happen, it will happen. That's what I say. Mario says impressed with Pep, intellectually on point. That's Pep Linders.
He was making a few excuses yesterday, but I don't blame him at the same time.
Yeah, I've got no problem with Pep, to be honest. I'm not going to sit here and say I want him to be our next manager, but I
wouldn't go that far. But
I was going to say he strikes me as a yes man, but nobody who's a number 2 usually isn't a yes man, if that makes sense. So I'm not going to judge him on it.
You say that though, Drift, but a lot of the best number 2s are not yes men. They challenge the coach to really think and be like, "What about this way? Should we do it this way?" Like those are the best ones. Carlos Queiroz was like that. He weren't no yes man to Alex Ferguson.
Yeah, maybe.
But not a yes man.
But I mean, to accept that position, you kind of have to accept being a yes man, if you get what I mean, because
I don't think
You
so.
know you're not in control, innit?
No, I don't think so at all.
If there's somebody who can tell you, shut up, obviously not so rude, but if there's somebody who can tell you to shut up, you're effectively taking the yes man role to a degree.
Not necessarily. You just say your piece, and if they don't agree, they don't agree. I don't think it means
I know, but imagine how horrible it'll be to like always say something and someone goes, yeah, but we're gonna do it this way. Like every week you're like, yeah, I think that's why Boobash left, because he said Klopp just stopped listening to him.
No, I think it was a bit deeper than that with them two still. Ronaldinho Goat says, what separates Klopp and Pep is loyalty to poor players. Also finances as well. Yeah, there's finances, I think, play a big part there still. Lord Walker said it's not favoritism. Mane was showing a highlight reel, showing how integral he is despite goal drought. But in some fans' eyes, Mane is done and he's replacing. Again, I'm not going to agree with that. Like Lord Walker, Klopp has shown favoritism. This isn't even about Mane. There is favoritism in Klopp. Like we've seen it numerous times since he's been here. Like that's not saying he's a rubbish manager. Every manager's got an Achilles heel. This is one of his Achilles heels. He shows favoritism.
He does.
Robbo was playing really bad. Simicast was informed.
Yeah, the fan base was screaming for Simicast when Robbo was out of form. There were times when Fabinho, Henderson, and Wijnaldum had been playing poor, and he was still playing them ahead of your likes of Keita and other people. That's favoritism. There was times when Salah's been on goal droughts and he's not changed the personnel or not brought in anyone for Salah. That's favoritism. Same with Mane. Same with Firmino was another one. Last season, Firmino was stinking out the place, and Origi was sat there waiting in the wings. That's favoritism. It's nothing to do with one individual player. It's a collective mentality. He does have favoritism. You can't even say he doesn't. Well, I think Pep,
like the evidence
Pep
is
doesn't.
there.
I think Pep just thinks if you're balling out, you're playing. I don't care. Like if you're stinking out the joint or you're not playing up to scratch, someone else is coming in for you. Whereas Klopp kind of feels like your loyalty is so like for him, loyalty is a big thing, and we kind of have to respect that because loyalty is.
But to a degree, he's right. It's just sometimes he goes too far with it.
No, yeah.
So, for example, if you've balled out for him for 3 years and he doesn't turn his back on you when you hit full form, I actually agree with that because you can't punish someone if they've done so well.
Let me give an example.
But then
remember, I was going to say because Drift.
If
what I was
they're
going to say
in full form for ages, you still don't do anything about it. Then that's when you've gone too far, and then that's maybe where it can be favoritism.
Here's a prime example, just quickly. Remember when Jota was on good form? And there was this big debate of is he going to play Jota or Firmino? Do you know what the man did? The man said, I ain't dropping either. I'm going to do the 4. Remember when he done the 4-2-3-1 and he played Firmino behind Jota, Salah, and Mane? When really all he had to do was just pick one or the other.
Yeah.
He didn't have the gut. It's like he didn't have the guts to do it. He didn't have the. It's like he just thought that's too much headache, you know. Mama just play both of them, bro. You got to make these big decisions. You have to. So yeah, man. Oh, you're on mute, Carl.
Yeah, we don't see them in training. You're right, but we do see them on the pitch, so we are allowed to judge. Like this whole notion of we don't see them in training. No, but we see them on a football pitch. There's been people over the years at football who aren't as great trainers as others, but what do they get paid the big money for is to go and compete on the football pitch. So like it is what it is, man. Like we can't keep on just, if that's the case, we never sign players and we never sell players, and let's just stick with this 11 for the rest of eternity then. Like football moves on, we have to do the same. And Klopp has to do it as well. Like whether we want to or not, he have to do it.
I'm not gonna lie, I never played well in training. I always saved it for the game day.
I hear that. Some people are like that though, but I also feel like there's just sometimes when you just got to change it up sometimes, but he just will just stick to his favourites. But you know, it is what it is. Cal, where did you get up to? Do you want me to carry on reading it?
No, I'm good. I'm back in.
Aguero was notoriously a poor trainer. One of the greatest
I've
players
heard.
we've ever seen.
Bro,
Yeah.
I hear that.
Very true. Ahmed says VVD still forcing this nonchalant act is killing me. Gets caught behind 5 times a game, but still jogs. This is not dribbled past stat is getting to me. I think that's a little harsh.
A little harsh.
If the ball's getting kicked over him, that's tactics because he's playing high up the pitch.
But Van Dijk does play very nonchalant. I know what he means about it.
Yeah, I understand it because he does have this whole like.
I'm not gonna break a sweat.
I've got this aura about me where it's like I ain't gonna break no sweat. I'm in control. I know what's going on. I'm still the best. It's like, bro, sometimes you just gotta just wild out and just like do what you gotta do. He does have this thing about him where he feels like I'm so good.
The goal that Leicester scored was Virgil being nonchalant.
I disagree. When you watch it back,
Virgil could have engaged much harder.
No, but it shouldn't even have got to him, though, bro.
It shouldn't have. But Virgil should have actually engaged Lookman.
It's got him to where he is, but sometimes you have to be aggressive no matter what. It don't matter about the style you use. Sometimes you just have to be aggressive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me get to the next one. Ty says the high line is killing us. Klopp thought he could exploit VAR. You say they don't press, but it's the same players being run ragged for 4 seasons. It's very true as well.
Yeah, they must be knackered. The
man are tired, bro.
You can see it in Bobby's face that he's tired sometimes.
Is this during the game or before the game starts? And just walks onto the pitch. He's like, you know, when you used to walk into work at 9 and how you doing? Oh, I'm just tired, bro. Just they didn't even start yet.
You even started working. I know there was.
You know the thing that we as fans never ever take into consideration, and maybe we should. It's mental pressure. We never ever take that into account, and it must be hard to have to wake up every day and be the best. You're the best. Imagine every day. Imagine every day you wake up.
I'm not gonna lie, them mentality monsters that we used to call, man. I genuinely feel like they can't do it no more. I think they wake up and
no, but Matt, how many days can you wake up and be the best?
It's true. I'm not gonna lie. I'm laughing at Darth Drifty's last comment. Still, Darth Drifty actually tickled me with that one.
What did he say? I haven't seen it. Silly, you know?
Yeah, that's jokes. I'm not gonna lie. Well done on that. Rapstar says, I love Hendo, but on the right he's average. Elliott looked a lot better there, and it definitely does affect us negatively, especially when teams break. Defensively, Elliott wasn't as good as Hendo is on the right.
No, but from an attacking point, it gives.
Attacking, yeah,
but defensive, it's not even a contest.
Yeah,
well, not contest, but I'll just say he's not on the same level, so to speak.
Yeah. Troy M says we're overselling this FSG equals auto top 4. Klopp has a lot to do with that. Last season he worked a miracle to get us top 4. That's very true.
That's very true. Yeah, that's true, you know.
Oh, man, just trying to muzzle you. FSG, Robbie.
Don't say FSG in my presence.
Are you? Are you infiltrating? Is that what you're doing? Yeah.
Oh my days!
Literally said it, man. Just put his hand over my mouth and say, "Don't say
FSG again. See what happens." No, I dare you. Let his great
FSG. Yeah, I think FSG.
I think he's more saying, "Dad, is that a beard?"
He is still, brother. I had to. Yeah, he's taking liberties with FSG. No, he's actually doing it every time.
Man said FSG. Do you want me to continue? Do you want me to read him out, Carl?
No, you're right. I just want to test you. FSG. Oh, okay.
He still gave you the side eye, though. Did you see
give it an eye? We're really gonna do this on air.
Boy, else.
Look, FSG.
Ty said new owners aren't coming in for us, too expensive.
Yeah,
Thanks,
we're
Ty.
not.
Even we're thinking about.
Ty just came and killed it.
We've got to deal with FSG, you nut for a long time.
They ain't going nowhere, fam.
They ain't going nowhere. I teach you how to stunt, man. They ain't going nowhere.
If I can do it, homie, it can be done.
I'm a window shopper, mad at me. Don't know why.
And then they've got the whole catalogue. You know when we bought Fabinho, Shaq, and all that? That was when they were like, "I'll teach you how to stop, man." We get, and then when we won the Champions League, it was like, "We're a window shopper. Don't get mad at me."
When we won the league, it was "This is how we do."
They've got everything in there. FSG,
They got everything in place, you know.
Lord Walker says successful teams in the USA are all about rings and spend money. Cowboys, Lakers, Yankees, etc. Thus luxury taxes. Give X of England own clubs and their success. I don't get that last.
Maybe given
teams in the USA all about rings and Spain, Cowboys, Lakers, etc. This luxury tax, talking about American sports. Give X.
I don't get the last sentence.
I think that might mean like given the amount of English-owned clubs and their success.
Yeah,
like
I understand that.
Saying about the whole American thing, but how many English-owned clubs are successful? I think that's what you mean.
Oh, okay. Yes, a lot of them just ain't got the spending power to compete. The thing is, the American, they have like FSG have the spending power to compete. Not every summer, but enough to compete once every 3 summers.
But if they've got money to buy other franchises, they got fees.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They could at least give us 50 to 100 million a summer, innit? At least.
I'll be happy with 50 to 70.
Jamrock could fund us that money himself, bro, let alone FSG.
I'm not gonna lie. Jamrock's accountant probably has a very easy job, innit? Like, man's just got coming in and no going out.
I disagree, bro. Jamrock's accountant gets put through the work, bro. Can you imagine if he comes out of a mistake? Jamrock's gonna be like, no. What's this?
In fact, Jamrock does his own account. What are we talking about?
Nah, he'd probably get someone just to prove a point, bro. Just like, what's this? Are you trying to move my money around? I'm telling me. You're sacked. You're sacked. With a 5th one this week, you're sacked. John says United fans thought they were back because Dr. I can't even pronounce that. Showed them a PowerPoint. Showed them a PowerPoint presentation.
I must admit, the fact that he was called Klopp's dad is kind of disappointing. How don't you not feel like he's very passive? And now I get why he prefers being in the boardroom than he does on the side.
This isn't him.
He's not that guy.
I haven't even seen him look angry or shout or nothing.
What's the point, though, Drift? What's the point? If you know you've got a dodgy car and you drive it and it breaks down, you're going to start getting angry every single time it breaks down.
No, I'm not going to lie. I will still be angry, though.
No, but not to the point where you're screaming and You just be like, I knew this was going to happen. Just thought it.
Only a certain amount of time something can happen before you get in your car to make sure you're kind of soundproof and you just go, you just scream in the car. Like, I know everyone's done that at one point in their life.
I've been there.
You just got to let it out, bro.
I've been there, bro. People walking past me thinking, oh, that brother's had a bad day. He's had a bad day. He must have been short of apple juice that day, poor thing.
I just want to see him have one of those moments to know there's some more emotion.
He probably does that in the dressing room, to be fair.
FSG.
I don't know, bro.
Math says FSG is the we got McDonald's at home kind of mum. It's real.
No!
Hard
go into the freezer. We got nuggets. We got chips.
Hardo bread with quarter pounders from Iceland, bro.
Not even hardo bread, bro. 50-50, bro.
Hey,
Thin
don't,
slice.
no, well, that's my bread at the moment. It's 50-50 still.
Man said 50.
No, I like 50-50, but 50-50 thin slice is not creating a bun.
Man said 50-50 with them dirty oven chips that take about 5 years to actually cook.
Yeah, it's wrong, bro. Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho.
They're never cooked
says,
until they're burnt. You know them ones. You get a 30-second sweet spot. Don't leave the kitchen.
Oh, them chips, they are finished. Oh, I'm done. I'm done.
Ronaldinho Goat says Trent, Salah generational need better than Hendo. I don't want Hendo out of the squad. I think that's going a little bit over the top. Wanting Hendo out of the squad. I just want him not to be an automatic starter anymore. Base facing spaces. Do players want to play for Klopp, or are they afraid of being grinded down and injured because of intensity in his system? It's a fair question, but I was just going to say I think they want to play for Klopp.
I do feel that sometimes maybe they don't push themselves as hard because they know the type of player they are, especially like a Nabia and Ox. Yeah, they probably don't push themselves as hard as they should be. You're right on that one.
Yeah, but I think players across the world, like the two top managers, I think they want to play for is Klopp and Pep.
Yeah, 100%.
Joe K says any decent owners would help us out this January, but FSG constantly failed to pull their weight when we need them. Maybe a surprise is coming, but I don't know.
Maybe.
FSG, you net.
They're comfortable right now. They're comfortable.
Y'all just had Christmas. Are y'all going out spending a spree? No. Neither are we. I had to buy a new yacht. I had to buy a new bowling alley in the back of the house. Y'all want me to spend my money on y'all? Y'all got nerve.
You know that 50%. You know that 50 Cent meme from the window shopper video where he drives off at the traffic light smiling? You know that's J-Dub, isn't it?
Let me ask y'all a question.
Yeah,
that is J-Dub.
I wish I could play the meme in the thing. Yeah.
Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all just got Christmas presents for your family, right? You gonna buy them stuff again this month?
Yeah.
You are?
I am.
Oh, you better than me. I ain't doing it. Y'all gonna have to wait till the summer. That's your birthday. I don't celebrate Christmas. That's a pagan holiday to me.
That's your birthday.
Jesus wasn't even born then, I'm hearing. At least I saw you when you were born. Summer's your birthday. Take it or leave it. LeBron. LeBron, fire up the Bentley. You take the Tesla. Math says we already spent 90 mil on Nabi and Ox. FSG scared. Exactly. Y'all on June.
No, we scared. We scared.
Y'all crazy. You're on June. You must be talking about an actor, right? Can't talk about Belly. Bellingham. Crazy.
Oh man.
I wonder if J-Dub made an appearance in the up-to-date Space Jam.
He's behind the camera. Strictly director.
It was his production company was
strictly directing.
Trust me. Facts. I know it was.
Johanna says Ox and Taki out, Basuma and Rafinha in. Enough for you? Yeah, I'd be good with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Do you know what? Nee Amo just said it perfectly. Another G Unit tune, patiently waiting. Bloody hell, is that relevant?
It really is. Patiently waiting. Facts.
Geordie T says, big up, bros. I'm a 22-year Liverpool fan, and I want to get your opinion on, do you think I'm naive? I'm in being really calm about a long-term future with the likes of Harvey, Jones, Trent, Ibu in our squad. I don't think that's naive being happy about our future with those four players. I just worry about who's going to be around those players and if we're going to be able to keep hold of them.
If you look at what Arsenal's doing at the moment, young players are good, But it's very difficult if they're the only ones who are good. If that makes
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ash says, how mad when you actually think about it, we could get Zakaria for 6 mil, Basuma for 35. Right now, 41 mil, and our midfield flips on his head. 41 mil. Facts. Ash, facts.
Other teams spend 41 mil like it's breakfast.
Yeah. For real. Here we go. You know, it's a transfer window when this name comes up.
Always Coutinho, you know. Always
Close your ears,
Coutinho.
Rob. You're going to hear Daddy say some horrible things now, buddy. Coutinho is free as of today to leave, no fee. Bare injury record, and Dembele knows the boys. I'd offer him a 6-month deal and see if his heart's in it. What are you lot saying? You lot doing it?
Yes.
If there's nothing else we can do, yeah.
Basically, man went and had utes with someone else, but now he wants to come back and sleep on the couch. Yeah, all right, cool.
No, I would have sleep in the bed, man.
Right, you left sleep in the bed, yeah. Not with them feet, bruv.
I'm going upstream with them eagles claw.
He ain't sleeping in no bed of mine, bro. Man, mate, the most he can do is sleep in his car on the driveway, bro.
Bro, nah, Coutinho's got to go. Unless
I can't be any clearer about
this.
Coutinho
could have the spare room, bro.
Bruv, I know obviously this is what you guys want. I do not want that brother anywhere near our club ever again.
I hear that.
All the best to him.
Quick question, all jokes aside. I know people are going to keep saying, why you keep bringing them up? But there's a reason. Would you take Coutinho over Taki?
No, based on the principle, no.
No, but just like, okay, based on
quality, we obviously know who's better at it.
Even now, based on what he can offer, would you take Coutinho over Taki?
But I don't know what Coutinho can offer. I ain't seen it in 3 years.
No,
bro.
Cal, answer the question. Yes or no? You got to speak. You got to make
he's
right
he's
now.
A better footballer than Taki. Yeah.
Cal, would you take Coutinho over?
No, I don't. I'm not lying. I'm not. God be my witness. I'm not lying.
How principles can't really run in football. Otherwise, Chelsea would have to cut their losses at 100 mil right now.
Yes, they can.
You're going off emotion.
I'm not going off emotion, bro. I'm going off based. No. I'm going off based off what this guy did. But Klopp sat him down and said, "You can be a hero here."
Cal. Footballing. Forget what he's done. Footballing reasons, Cal. Take emotion and what he's done. Separate yourself from the emotion. Would you?
Do we do that with Suarez?
We're not talking that he's a different character.
Hold on. But you just said separate the emotion and all that.
In like just even normal life. Whereas what Coutinho did can be forgiven.
Yeah, what Coutinho done was stupid and disrespectful.
Do you know what? I'm gonna do to Coutinho. I'm gonna do to you lot what Coutinho did to Liverpool. I'm gonna see how quick you guys are to forgive me. I'm not gonna warn you when I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And I'm going to see how quick you guys are to.
So basically, Drift is a yes. He's saying a yes. He just doesn't know how to say it.
No, I'm saying a no. But as I said, in the next 2 months, I'm going to put a fast one on you lot on purpose. And I'm going to record it. And I'm going to record the conversations we have. And I'm going to see how you two react to it. And I guarantee
now I'm thinking about what kind of fuckery man's going to be bringing to the.
This is supposed to be what happens on the show is left on the show, guys.
I'm gonna do something wild, and I'm gonna see how you guys react to it, and then I'm gonna come on. I'm gonna play all the footage I've got of how you guys react. I'm gonna say, guys, can you?
You know what he's gonna do, Matt? He's gonna tell us he can't do the show for 2 weeks because he's got a bad back that we're gonna see on Instagram. I was at Alton Towers.
Nah, bro. I'm gonna say I can't do the show, and then I'm gonna
not Legoland.
You're gonna see me on all the other channels, and every time you try and call me, I'm gonna be like, my voice is gone. Sorry, I can't. I'm gonna do. Remember Kane in WWE? I'm gonna do. I cannot speak right now. My voice is not working. And you're gonna see me doing that football terrace, Redmond TV, Grizz TV, James Redmond, Big Six bands. And then every time you call me, I'm gonna say, sorry guys, I can't film at the moment.
Before we move on, just quickly, all jokes aside though, on a serious note, okay, let's just say, for example, he was available and Klopp could take him, and let's just say Klopp was unemotionally attached to it as well. From a footballing perspective, though, would you actually take him over Minamino in terms of what he can offer Liverpool?
He's a better footballer, but I don't want him at the club. I can't.
No,
I
but you're doing it. No, because you're doing what. You see how you're saying about how I wouldn't want him because of what he. Stop thinking about what he's done. Just
how can I?
No, because I'm saying just for football, because you know what it is.
He did his time now, Cal.
You know what it is, Cal?
He's been taken off everything, bro.
Because we're being slightly hypocritical, because we're doing the whole Klopp thing of being sentimental, though, Cal.
I'm not being sentimental, bro. This is, bro. I'm gonna break this down to you again.
No, see, you're gonna talk about what he's done.
Yes.
Let's move on.
I have to, bro. He's not.
Cal ain't letting go. He ain't letting go.
Matt, all right, Matt. All right, let me flip it on you, yeah.
You're not letting go, fam.
Let's say, Matt, I stayed at 4 of your friends' houses when I was on my back.
You're not doing this.
No, just hear me out, Matt. But every one of those friends of yours, I had stolen from, yeah. If I come to you and say, Matt, let me chill at yours for a few weeks.
We're talking football.
No, but the same principle. If I say, Matt, let me come and chill at yours for a few weeks. No, you don't have to. You don't have to lock the safe, bro. I'm not going to take nothing. Yeah. Are you leaving the safe open or are you locking it, bro?
I leave it open to test you to see if you change.
Like,
what do you mean? I'm leaving it open to see if you change.
I would leave it open, but there'd be chocolate money in there.
Bro, if you leave it open, bro, you probably have a GoPro in there, bro. You probably have a GoPro in it.
I'd have a Teddy cam in the bedroom.
You'd have a GoPro in it.
No, I know you wouldn't, but I'm just saying from a football, because do you want to know something? Full circle quickly, slightly off subject. We need Klopp to make these hard decisions, not Coutinho, but just like make footballing decisions, not emotional decisions. All jokes aside, we have to.
Yeah. Eastwood says, checking in from my truck in this Atlanta traffic. Please drop the beat so I can wake up my subs.
Hey, man, like Eastwood, big up yourself.
You know what, Eastwood.
Hey, where's Origi all right?
We don't know.
I say this to everyone, just the Coutinho thing, last thing, yeah. Everyone who says no to Coutinho, even though I get where you're coming from and you're allowed your opinion on it, of course you are. When you look at our bench and you think about there being no one on the bench who can ever really make any form of impact when they come on, really, when you think about it, Coutinho, in my opinion, can make an impact off the bench. And for that reason, I think 6-month trial is actually worth it. If it fails, it fails, innit? Who cares if it fails? But I think having someone like him on the bench for the last 20 minutes of games, especially with a team that may be sitting deep and he might be able to pop some shots from distance or create a little pass or whatever, what's the harm? If he says sorry, he's done his time, let's stop like going over it now. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. You know, man had a one night stand and a night out and it was real fucked up. But you know what? It's been a while now.
It wasn't. Man went off and started a new family somewhere.
It wasn't even the one night stand.
It wasn't, bro.
It was worse. He went and wanted a new family, fam.
Bro,
different. I can't even front it. It's different.
Went and started a new family, bro. New yard, new utes, bro. Only says your youth stuff on his birthday and Christmas, bro. And he sends a cab driver with it, bro. Don't even FaceTime anymore. It's just one week
drift. He ain't even got national insurance. He ain't even got national insurance anymore. Man's got what was it? What happened? What happened?
Card, bro.
He got a green card now. It's different. What happened to the other side, bro?
He's not here anymore, bro.
He's not on it no more.
He changed his surname to the wife's surname as well, bro. He wants nothing to do with you anymore.
Done everything to get away.
Did everything, bro. Changed his surname to the wife's surname. He said, "No, babe, don't worry. I've got no affiliation with them anymore."
No. It's too late to apologize. It's too late.
I said he can bring the kids so they can take the bunk beds. Like Oh no, man.
I said it's too late to fuck. No, I'm done. I'm actually done.
Zabiri. I'm starting to think Buvac wanted to tell FSG to come outside and Klopp didn't allow it. Buvac wanted next level but didn't have the capacity. Well, you never know. I'm not gonna lie. If Klopp turned on his best friend to protect the owners, then I'd be very surprised. I'm not gonna lie. That'd be wild. I'm not gonna lie.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be very wild.
Now, man, we're saying Klopp did an easy E, yeah? Like,
yeah. Aye.
That'd be hot. That'd be hot.
Buvac came in like Ice Cube.
Yeah. Do you think Klopp's loyalty is both a strength and a curse? Strength as a club has a great club harmony. Curses it hangs on to play for too long. Spec, I think you've answered that fantastically. I think yes. Troy M says low-key funny thing to do during copy shows. Watch Matt's eyes stalking the chat comments for smoke.
Hold on, stalking the comments for smoke. What? People, if I was doing that, I'd be watching watching the screen all the time because I know
I'm probably the worst for stalking comments.
I don't stalk comments, you know. What's so mad is because what it is, people will see me do this, yeah. So see right now, I'm looking, but obviously my camera is above my computer, innit? So I'm looking now, but I'm a showrunner. I've got to look down at my laptop. You just can't see it. You man are killing me, you know.
Rich Dean says, great show, guys. I like the idea of Zakaria, Gravenberch, and Bellingham over a couple windows. I love Gomez, but I'm cool selling him to raise funds. Oh, Rich.
Oh, boy.
Rich, I'm glad you live in America because Drift, you'd be checking your VPN and all that right now.
Funds, you know?
You lot ain't realized I mentioned Gomez.
Hey, what's the comment for that, people? What's the comments for that? I ain't watching them. I ain't watching them for that, though.
Genie Houdini says, I was in Boston, managed to join W. Henry singing LFC with a window shopper mad at me. I think I know what I meant. And
I'm a window shopper. Enemy, no more.
Oh, you're still at 50 cents, so you think it's smart, huh? You keep on making these little jobs. I won't spend no money ever again.
Yeah, my son.
You can imagine J Dubs is speaking about Klopp different.
That ain't my club. That ain't my club.
He ain't my manager, man. He ain't my senior. He ain't my coach. He ain't my coach, man. He ain't my coach.
Ty says Coutinho is as bad as Suarez. Don't buy the racism. Oh no, I'm not gonna go that far.
No, I'm not gonna go that far. They're different characters. I've never seen.
Suarez is the bottom of the barrel, by the way.
Just quickly as well, even though Coutinho, what he did was bad, man, I think it's kind of mad that people will still hold Mascherano as a legend, and he pretty much did what Coutinho did. So I feel like there are standards where people change their opinion depending on who the person is. Mascherano was considered a Liverpool legend, and he did exact same thing Coutinho did.
That is very fair, you know, Drift.
Of course, it's fair. Drift's got a massive valid point there because Mascherano is seen as like the guy, and not the guy, but more he's the guy, so to speak. But in terms of no baggage or anything like that, people don't look at Mascherano like that. But it's so mad that when you think about what he done, Mascherano clearly. There was a report that said he does not want to play. He's not playing. Remember, he said in the dressing room,
he faked injury as well, bro. He faked injury and he refused to play. And it was the same club he was trying to go to as well. So
yeah. And I'll just say this as well. No disrespect, but I wouldn't use racism like just so what's the word?
Listen.
Yeah, easy like that. Like man just said, oh, Coutinho, yeah, both right. No, Suarez is different.
No, there's no history of Coutinho being racist
at all.
Or violent.
Yeah.
Or violent. Violent. One was violent as well, bro.
Yeah.
Biting man's limbs to make a living. Love it.
Man was biting up the neck and all that, bro. All that stuff was safe for bedroom and consent.
Setting up Dracula settings.
Man thought it was Twilight. Was it Twilight? Is it Twilight? Man thought it was Twilight. No,
Daily Smith says, get rich or pee him off trying.
That's a good one. I like that.
Rapstar says, what you think about this? Luis Diaz 43 mil, Zakaria 3, Kamara 15 to 20 mil, Anthony 45 to 50. I think we bring in 4. I wish I shared that optimism.
Yeah. Do you know what? If we went back to the 18-19 season, do you know what's so mad? I don't even. In fact, no.
I'll be honest. I'll sign Coutinho on one basis that we can sell him for another 142 mil to someone else. Like, if we can do that, I'll go and pick up Coutinho from Catalonia tomorrow.
Catalonia.
I will fill up the Ford Fiesta as many times as I can.
Listen, I'll go back to Spain. When did I go to Spain? What year is it? 20. What year did I go to Spain? 2016.
Oh, I will go there tomorrow. I will break every protocol, bro, and I will deliver him hand delivered to FSG and be like, "Here he is. Go and flip it. Do your thing. Here's the pack. go and flip it, and then bring us the money back in it." But unless we can do that.
I live for the day when I can celebrate a Coutinho Liverpool top corner from 25 yards.
I'm sure you do, bro. I live for the day where we can find a replacement that isn't Coutinho and we can celebrate that person scoring because they love being at the club and don't want to be anywhere else.
Nah, he did love it, but I just think he turned, didn't it? He turned when he realized that it was a dream that was at stake. He did turn.
I just find it really mad seeing how forgiving you guys are with this Coutinho thing.
What do you mean forgiving?
I know what you two are like in real life.
We got Mark, yeah.
If a man cuts you lot up when you lot are driving, if a man cuts you up, then it could be war, bro. But Coutinho gets a free pass.
But football's different from.
I'm seeing.
Football's very
there's a
different.
couple times when I got out the car and then I realized there was people in the car and I got back in the car. I've got control, bro.
You showed mercy. You didn't show forgiveness. There's a difference.
Mercy showed mercy.
Mercy and forgiveness are two different things, bro.
Big up my Cobra Kai watches as well.
Big up Mark as well. Mark knows I went Rome, bro. I went to get Salah. That was the time when I went.
You went Rome. I went Spain.
But they put me on a travel ban at the moment, so I can't help.
Ash says United took Ronaldo back. Athletic took Griezmann back. There's 100 examples. They come back and deliver it, and it shows their professionalism. Get Phil on a 6-month deal, and let's see what happens. Ronaldo left under what conditions for Man United? Did he have a fake injury?
Did, but he still ducked out.
No.
He gave them a year in advance.
Players can leave. I don't mind players leaving. Like this, no players probably apart from Trent or Jones is going to see Liverpool like what we see, or maybe Harvey because they didn't grow up as Liverpool fans. That doesn't bother me. If you want to leave, you can leave. There's a way of doing it, and he did it all wrong.
No, we know there's a way of leaving. He didn't do it the right way. We know
he compared to Ronaldo.
He didn't do it the right way.
Ronaldo secured these and the Champions League and the league before he left.
Yeah.
Coutinho ducked out in January. Imagine your dad or your mum getting up halfway through your theatre play and just bopping out to go and meet up with the
Let me say this though. If it wasn't for Coutinho, Carl, let me ask you this.
The whole I'm going shopping didn't come back.
Imagine this though. Imagine if Coutinho.
Still waiting for the Snickers.
Imagine if Coutinho wasn't a dickhead, yeah, and stayed. You know, we never would have got Van Dijk and Alisson.
No, that's fair, but then we'd have the owners to completely.
So one person had to be a dickhead, and he was a dickhead.
We saw the big picture, yeah, man. I feel you.
Yeah, I did, man. He was like, "Listen, I live for that. I want to get my dream, but if I
know he's from the city of God, but I didn't realize he was actually God. I see it now." See,
you know what Matt just did? You know when the dad comes back after 20 years and goes, "Look at you, man! You're successful. You're a lawyer now. If I was in your life, you'd have never achieved all that. It was better for you. I left."
Yeah. But if I said that to Stevie after 5 years, bro, he'd probably slap me.
I did it all for you. If I was there, I would have fucked that all up.
It's ridiculous,
bro. Nah, it's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, Coutinho, yeah, he done a madness.
Dodie says, "Happy New Year, guys! Congrats on the baby cow. I'm about to be 19, so I've been watching you guys for 2 years. And if someone put a gun to my head and told me you can only watch one channel, it'd be Kop-Ish. Love you so much. Big up Dodie, man. Hopefully, no one ever puts the gun to your head. Though.
Yeah, no one. Yeah, Pray to God that never happens.
Yeah, but nah, blessings, man. That's lovely to hear that. Eastwood says, Diva all back in February. Hashtag Origi strong. Hashtag Origi security. Bro, we're gonna need that. We're gonna need that to be moved forward by a month still.
Yeah, I don't even know when
Is
he's
he
back.
really not back until February?
I don't think he
Nobody
is.
knows. Klopp hasn't said anything. Like,
Do
hasn't
you
said a
know
word.
what? Klopp got sick of there being no one tidying up the basement, innit? Certain man have just been dashed back in there.
Yeah, Naby can't clean it anymore because he's off. He's gone.
I reckon he's got a youth man doing it. I reckon Tyler Morton and them man doing it.
What, a
Probably
YTS? A basement YTS, you know?
I think that's why I brought back Leighton Clarkson from loan, bro. Said Tony, nah, a couple man you broken out. I went in the basement the other day and it's just a shambles.
Hey,
man.
Klopp's just telling man wax on, wax off, you know.
A-Spec Limited says if Gomez doesn't get much game time this season, he would be the only player of a handful of games. He would be the only player. He would have only played a handful of games in 2 years. Can a player come back from that?
That'll be hard.
Yeah, I think
it'll be very hard, but he can. It'll be harder.
I mean, this is a small sample size, but Phil Jones is actually brilliant today, and he hasn't played for United for 2 years.
Do you know something?
Don't ever put with all due respect, don't ever put Phil Jones and Gomez.
But not only that.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm just giving an example.
All right, you know what? I'll rephrase that. Don't ever put them in the same paragraph, bro.
Plus, they needed to win that game for that to be more of a standout. Because I think if Man United won,
Phil Jones, you know,
Phil Jones, but Man United always does this.
But Phil Jones is someone I'd show my little one if he starts acting naughty, bro. Do you want to meet this person?
I'm just saying, first game in 2 years, he did well.
Eastwood says, forgive my manners. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well, bro. Ty says, sorry, I wasn't accusing Coutinho of racism. Glad for you cheered. Thanks for cheering out, bro. Thank you. Shout out to Lakers for your super chat. Ash says Coutinho is like that girl from 15 years ago in Ibiza you think of every now and then. It's just good, exciting memories. You want one more night, but you can't help it.
I mean, I don't know exactly what your story is.
I ain't saying nothing. I'm holding my ute right now. I'm holding my ute. I'm not saying a word. Streets Approved Thames says, guys, isn't it weird in Jan? It always seems to be unexplained injuries in positions we need backup. Last season needed a centre back, Matt got injured. I hate to say it, I'm just going to say it though. I wouldn't be surprised if Origi gets sold this summer. Sorry, this January. That's why we might not have seen him.
No, he's not getting sold.
If Origi goes in January, everything is wrong with everything at Liverpool.
All right.
I'm not saying
I'm not saying it's a guarantee. I wouldn't be surprised though.
We're not selling him in January.
Troy M says Cow is sweating like when he was trying to make the mini golf putt with 1 centimeter space to move the club. You're the best. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. After watching that back, some of them shots you lot did me dirty still.
What do you mean?
No, it was all fair, bro.
I was fair. Drift was the one that was like, I can't think. I was the one that was always a bit like,
yeah,
I was the one arguing that he could move it forward.
No, it was you, Matt. Still. Yeah. Do you know what? Don't even put them in the same page A4 when you're speaking about them. It's not a paragraph anymore. It's a page now.
Phil Jones.
Remember, I didn't actually say Gomez's name though. So I know.
But you still insinuated, bro. If I read the page, I would have seen Gomez and Phil Jones' name on the same page, bro. That's not allowed. It's not allowed. One of the worst centre backs we've seen, bro. Gomez is a G. Not that, brother.
If Origi leaves Liverpool, I'm taking a week off, man.
I think the fan base takes a week off, bro. Eastwood says, I won't be sold. I mean, Origi won't be sold in January. Hashtag Origi security. Matt's having a whale of a time.
Yeah, I know.
The Phil Jones means, they killed me, fam.
Big up, James Anderson. It's been a while. Hope you're well, bro.
Big up,
Big up,
Peace,
big up,
my
man.
G's. Hope you're all great. Had a great Christmas and New Year. Coutinho's a no-no. Just like Owen, if you burn us, then you cannot return. And Mascherano lived by me. I dissed him. Next thing, he's cussing me out in Spanish.
Big up for cussing him out still. Big up.
No, I agree, man. Right, let's do FPL and send the people off. Right, last week, Mark A was leading the pack. We're going to find out if Mark is still leading. And what would you know? Yes, he is still top of the league. Only
Still
2 minutes. Still though, Marcus is still pushing hard in second. Pause. Rouse is in third place. Nathy is in fourth, dropped down a place. Scoop in fifth. Scoop is now out of the Champions League spot, and we haven't seen Scoop on the channel for a while. So I know for
Scoop's doing a Tottenham.
Yeah, Scoop is at the headquarters right now. I guarantee Scoop's at the headquarters, and he's livid with someone and just having to go at the whole ranking system.
He's in the mud right now.
He's not doing good at the moment. Fifth place. AJ in sixth. Canal in seventh, staying in the same positions. Sell to buy. Michael Edwards has moved up to eighth. FSG James Burrows is in ninth. The Glamour Boys here in 10th. Not Jota Clue. That's a great name, by the way. Has gone down to 11th. AJ is in 12th. Calvin in 13th. David in 14th and Poundland FSG in 15th. I'm not gonna lie.
That is a cheap shot. Blood.
Yeah, that's not even. Do you know what, Drift? If that was a pun you just did there, that's undefeated still. if cheap shot was a pun as well, that's undefeated.
Facts.
I'm glad someone noticed it. Thank you, Carl.
Nah, I'm a sucker for.
I wouldn't. You know what? A cheap Poundland FSG is basically like it's not even a Poundland. It's a penny shop.
Well, no, you go in there, but you can negotiate. So
so
it's
a pound, but you can haggle.
You can negotiate, you know.
You can haggle.
Or you have to pay for it in pennies.
Yeah.
So it costs £1, but you got a bare shekel.
Or Klarna. You can pay in Klarna over 3 months. Imagine the credit check's more than the actual purchase. But no, Mark A is still doing amazing. Keep doing your thing, Mark. And Scoop. Damn, man.
Damn, son.
In fact, Scoop, just come back on a stream as well, bro. We ain't seen. There's no shame in this, Scoop. If you don't win, you're still welcome here, Scoop. We ain't seen you in a while, bro. So just come back, man. Just come back. Ash says, Cow is in the airing cupboard, sweating buckets. No, I'm in the conservatory, and me having a temperature, having a temperature, holding this little rascal here is making me sweat. I'm not even gonna lie. Matt Drift, anything you want to say before we take the people out?
No, big up.
No, it's been a great show, man. Listen,
we went on a lot longer than we were supposed to, but I'm glad that we lightened up at the end because it's been very miserable for about 2 weeks, mainly due to our health as well, because all three of us have been unwell. So I'm still not out of the wood, to be honest, but you know what I mean, the show keeps my spirits up. So big up everyone, man. Love as always. Make sure you smash that like button, guys. Come on, man. Let's at least have this on 700 likes before we finish up. You know what I mean? And just big up everyone. And Happy New Year as well, man. Happy New Year, everyone. Yesterday was too hard to be Happy New Year-ish because of how the game went. So Happy New Year to everyone, man. Big up. And if your New Year's resolution is to not eat chocolate or to start working out this year, put down the Cadbury's and pick up the dumbbell. You get what I'm saying?
I ain't even gonna spin that one still.
I'm trying to motivate myself, by the way.
Okay, cool. I've been dieting since 2021, so I might have a break now, bro. But no, Matt, anything you want to say, bro?
No, man, just want to say again, Happy New Year to everyone as well. And no, it's been a blessed show, man. This show's been so much jokes, and we kind of need this as well, because obviously got the draw. Everyone's feeling a bit down, but nah, man. Just want to say thank you to everyone that joined. And listen, at one point, over like 500 of you strong. Like, do you know what I mean? So big at everyone.
600.
600, sorry, yeah. So smash that like button, people, if you haven't already, man. And let's listen. You'll see us again, innit? You know what I'm saying?
For myself, yeah, just echo what Matt and Drift said. Let's make 2022. Did I do it again? Or did I say it right?
No, you said 2022, innit? Just say 2022, but you do the whole
slow it in.
22.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my mind.
You're trying to do the part 2 thing. It's like, I don't want to go part 2 of 2020.
So what do you say? 2022, I think.
Cal does
2022.
He emphasizes the 2, like
because I don't want to just say 22. I'm trying to say.
I just say 2022, innit?
Yeah. My head's still.
Yeah. How can I forget as well? Come on, people. I can't remember how many stars, but I want to see us.
23.
Come on now. Yeah, 30. Come on now, 30. Like I want to see 30K now. Come on.
I want 30K by the end of the season. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, man.
Get us up there, man. Tell your grandma to tell her friends. Like, let's get it popping, man. You know what I mean? Everyone's welcome, man.
Indeed.
Big up everyone in the chat, every single one of you, man.
Indeed. But yes, people, please keep an eye on socials until we're back again. And yeah, thank you very much for rocking with us. Continue to rock with us throughout 2022. Spread the word. And till we see you next time. Stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kop-Ish. We're out, people. Take care.
Peace.